Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business, the Car Should Be Business channel. My name is Jay. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, in a minute I'm going to give the welcome show lineup. You're going to know what to expect. If you're watching on demand, you're going to see clickable video time codes in the description below that you can click on and skip ahead. Give me about 24 hours to get those going. Please leave a like. Remember, share, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI. We sure do appreciate it. Is broker a bad word? Is it just a middleman? What does an auto transport broker do? Do carriers fulfill everything car shippers need? Let's say you're a rooftop dealer. You're working with a carrier. Do you know the difference between an asset-heavy carrier and an asset-light carrier? And at what point does it matter? Preowned Auto Logistics helps dealers and POV shippers from the moment they think they need car shipping all the way until the car is delivered and after, and when they're ready for the next load and the next load and the next load. And to talk about it tonight, we've got the team at PAL. We have Jeremy Louisos, Senior VP, Mike Marshall in Operations, Josh Tassinari in Dispatch, Kevin Lombardi, Business Development, Kerri Harris, Customer Service, Anthony DelVento in Sales, and of course, to wrap it all together, Ty Thompson, the man on the move. So please join the live chat, ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, and break out of your vertical. Because it's Tuesday nights live on ATI Auto Business. I'm Jay. I'm your host. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to ATI, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time on a Tuesday night to join us, your friends, the ATI Auto Business community. Whatever vertical you're coming in from, thank you for joining us. Transport, dealer, auction, etc. I'm getting ahead of myself. Please do feel welcome. Thank you so much. Please say hello in the live chat. We'll be there in a few minutes to say hello. Share your company info. Free advertising in the super chat tonight. Industry news is coming up at the quarter hour. Man, oh man. ACV. Big news coming out of ACV. You're going to want to stick around for this. We're going to bring in Ty, Cars on the Move, at the in about 40 minutes. And he's going to talk about what he did Friday. And we're going to start to bring in the team at Preowned Auto Logistics. We have Jeremy Louisos, Senior VP. He is going to explain more about the overview of the company, the organization. We're going to bring in Mike and Josh, Operations and Dispatch. We got to spend time with them on Friday. We're excited to catch up again tonight on the flagship show on ATI. We got Kevin Lombardi in business development. We got Kerri Harris in customer service, Anthony DelVento in sales. We may even have a couple more guests other than that. This is the Preowned Auto Logistics party continuation on ATI, because car shippers need a pal. Preowned Auto Logistics. So, before we get any further, do me a favor. Please do leave a like. Thank you so much. You can click copy. You can click share. You can grab that YouTube link. Click plus save. You can watch on demand and give us super thanks. Thank you for doing that. Any help is much appreciated. And if you're starting out, there's always somebody with new questions. You can ask them here. You can call or text Ty 417-483-2764 at any time. I'd have you call me. My phone's over here, but I'm live. And, I'm managing the super chat. But Ty is available to take your call and help you out. Listen, I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. Stick around. Come back right after this with your super chat. Everything in the chat. No holds barred. We'll be right back. Location Services, collateral recovery with pinpoint precision and advanced proprietary technologies. Your single source for nationwide collateral recovery. LS Recovery, certified and compliant. LS Skip, experienced recovery. LSPR, advanced plate recognition. LS Impound, precision capture. LS Remarketing, nationwide auction partners. LS Keys, professional locksmith. LS Transport to any destination. LS Titles, verified documentation. LS Auto Notice, secure fulfillment. One contact, one contract, we do it all. Location Services. Recovery, skip, LPR, remarketing, keys, transport, and titles. Location Services provides nationwide collateral recovery with pinpoint precision. One contact, one contract. Location Services. Links are in the live chat. Phone number, email, website. Awesome. Let's go into that live chat. Now, you're seeing the current chat on your screen. I got to back it up to the top. This is great. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ty, Cars on the Move, in here first, the Cars Should Be Business channel. Two Bears, good evening, everyone. What's up, David? Kimberly is here. Welcome to Tuesday Nights Live. Thank you so much. We're glad you're here. We are so glad you're here. There's a lot. We have a lot tonight. Mark is here. What's up, Mark? Superflow Systems. Kira, Preston, new here. Awesome. Apex Ops Dispatch. Thanks, Kira. If you have a link, feel free to share it. And we're glad you're here. That's awesome. Candy, Seaport Service. What's up, Candy? She's got, look at the emoticons. Candy wins the most emojis in one chat at 5. See if you can beat her. It is a contest. Carlos Braxton is here. What's going on, Carlos? Part of the core. Man, long-time listener, long-time caller. NYC Traffic. Ooh, Ron. Man, Ron. Yeah, man. Ecosystem. What's up? Roberto Hernandez. What's happening? From Black Widow Imaging. Thanks for saying hello, man. That's cool. Alami. Hey, this is Light Auto Transport Broker. Awesome. Welcome, Alami. All verticals welcome on ATI. That's what it's here for. And you can say anything you want. Say it. Share it. Do it. It's ATI Auto Business. Mary Ann, Senior Logistics Specialist. Cool. Thanks for saying hello, Mary. That's awesome. LAI, John Cochran is here. What's up, LAI Auto Transport? Ooh, Ty is now at 6 emojis. Look at that. Well done, Ty. That is a well-placed... Oh, too much time elapsed? Here we go. Hang on one second. There we go. Yeah, it's good to hear from you, John C. In fact, John C. and any other carriers, calling all carriers, we're going to do... and the live chat's still open, so please. We're going to do a, I don't know, Carriers Unfiltered, Open Line Carriers show in September. John wins. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I think he's got 22 cars, ladies and gentlemen. John C. with 22 cars. Oh, Universal Colors, David with Windrose Transport Corp Dispatch. So calling all carriers, we encourage you to tune in. Well, send me an email, actually. Here, let me type it in here. Auto, Transport, Intel, TI at gmail.com. Okay. Typing live. Send me an email, autotransportintel at gmail.com. And if you're a carrier, shoot, I don't care what vertical you're in. If you've got something you want to say, send me an email. Let's do a show. But this one's especially going out to you, carriers, is I've been told that there's not enough carrier information from time to time, sometimes. And so we want to have a Carriers Unfiltered show on a Tuesday night, and I want to hear from everybody. Oh, Ron's blowing kisses. Well, thank you, Ron. That's just sweet of you. All right. I got a lot of industry news, and I'm chomping at the bit. So I'll tell you what. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Ty. Yeah, let's get Candy on that show. And I'm taking names. I'm just right now. If you want to join the Carriers Unfiltered show, put it in the live chat. Get with Ty. What's that number? 417-483-2764. Text Ty. Put it in the live chat. Oh, those aren't for me. Take it easy. It's not that kind of show. It's a family show. But let me know if you want to be on Carriers Unfiltered. All right, cool. All right, we're going to get to industry news. We really do have some cool stuff to share, I guess. It's interesting. Stick around. Right after this, we'll be right back with industry news.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
What if you could find an auto shipping quote and broker software you could trust? Provide instant accurate quotes online with Auto Transport Quoter by Superflow Systems, TAQ, and move with Pro ABD CRM. Visit superflowsystems.com. In fact, hey, what's going on there? Mark Rodeke, making martinis in the super chat. Thank you so much, Mark. You want to use the TAQ API. Good point. APIs run the world at this point, right? Because you have to plug in all the Christmas tree lights. That's what the API is for. So ask Mark about the Superflow Systems API to plug it into. Do you have a car shipping button yet? You do know everybody wants a car shipping button. You know this, right? Well, talk to Mark. Ask Mark how do I get my car shipping button? Thank you, Candy. Really, that's wonderful. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for it's ATI Tuesday Nights Live. It's industry news. This is show 257 in a row on a Tuesday night. And we're right on time. It's a quarter after. Let's do some industry news. I just want to say, this is Preowned Auto Logistics. Oh, I thought I had the one on white. There's a logo on white. Really, Jay? Preowned Auto Logistics makes vehicle transportation easy by communicating long before this. As soon as you think auto shipping, you got the thought bubble, the phone is ringing, and they want to know how they can help you, what problems they can solve. That's what they do. They solve problems. We talked about it on Friday. We had an ATI party with Pal. Ty was reminding, we've had other parties on ATI, and this was the ATI party with Pal. We went to the Preowned Auto Logistics office. And so what are we talking about tonight, Jay? Auto transport industry ecosystem. I talk about everything from OEMs to auctions, dealers, shippers, services, brokers, carriers, equipment, regulations, and loads, and more. So tonight, brokers. Is broker a bad word? What do brokers do? Who do they work with on behalf of what? Who do they serve? What problems do they solve? Well, we're going to be talking about all that tonight. And we encourage you on ATI, you know this. Thank you. Front of the store, back of the store, you heard it here on ATI. Why? Because in the back of the store, transport parking lot, boots on the ground, doing the hard lifting. The folks in the front of the store rely on that heavy lifting. So if you're in the front of the store, why don't you walk around back? See how heavy the lifting really is. We go live at trade shows. We're so happy to remind you we were at IARA Summer Roundtable. It was just a couple weeks ago, live in Nashville. And we had a show before we got to Nashville where Andrea Amico, founder of Privacy for Cars, he asked the question, why auto transporters should be at IARA Roundtable. Actually, I think I asked him the question. Man, oh man, did he give me the answer. He gave me a what for. He talked about committees. And so Ty went and checked out the IARA committees, Canadian Committee, Conference and Event Committee, Education and Compliance Committee, Industry Advancement Committee, Marketing and Engagement Committee. And we're not talking about a small room. This is a packed room of industry professionals. Ty was there, a part of it all. And then our friend Martin Romju, and there's up on the screen, Martin, who is a heck of a journalist, put together an article that I wanted to share. They brought up a lot of great questions. You know how many questions in the Industry Advancement Committee had to do with auto transport? How many questions? How many questions at the IARA Industry Advancement Committee actually pertain to auto transport? Okay, I don't have the answer in front of me. It's more than this 6. This is just 6 on one page. Weight capacity, damage because of the damage risk of the EVs. Will they need larger trucks? Will they need to be wider? Are the trailers ready, or do we need new equipment? Are they going to have to raise their rates? Are there competitive opportunities? And on and on. So why do we go to trade shows? Gosh. Oh, right. Because it's about relationships. This was shared on LinkedIn. Thank you very much, Ty. Oh, yeah. Lots of people are tuning in to check out what we're talking about. By the way, that is right. I got the, yeah, all right. The Recon sign. Okay, so we went to Preowned Auto Logistics Friday. That's their address in Peabody, Massachusetts, and on Jubilee Drive. And you go up to the gate and up into the front area there. They got the food truck out front, and we went inside to the offices. Look at that. ATI's up on the big screen. Thank you guys so much. We felt so welcome. And we got to see, offices and folks working. I think, that's one of the cubicles. Man, was it 2 stories? Ty can elaborate on that. Because Ty was there and got to see firsthand the communication, everybody working, talking, sharing information. Man, it was awesome. And so we're really excited to have the team back on the show tonight. There's Jeremy addressing the group. Another meeting. Ty sat in on a meeting. And, and you can also find this on LinkedIn, on the Preowned Auto Logistics page. Can't see that, Jay. There we go. Preowned Auto Logistics on LinkedIn. Because you know what? We can do it cheaper. But are you sure that's what you want? Okay. They're growing, and they've got job openings. If you're interested in working with a great company, finding out more about Preowned Auto Logistics, they're with us tonight. They have a portal. What's the portal about? Jeremy's going to talk about that. Instant auto quote tool. And I want to say thank you before we move on further with the rest of the news. I want to thank Jonathan Smoke. That we had a great show. That was that last Tuesday night already? Auto Market Economics Q3 2022. And, Jonathan is everywhere. CBT News and what else? Oh, he's speaking at Used Car Week with Alex Yurchenko, who was also with us last Tuesday night. The Data Science Delta team on ATI. So I want to thank them again so much. Amazing group. And they're coming back. They'll be back on, I don't know, right now it looks like maybe twice a year. So we're going to have them back on maybe in February 2023, I think is the plan. Oh, there's Alex. There's John. Send in your comments to ATI. Let me know how we can help. autotransportintel@gmail.com. It is time to open your doors. Are you ready to open your doors? If you are, this is the channel for you. Let me know how we can help. It's how you get your car shipping business news. We tell you, go ahead and put it up on the big screen. You know why? Because every Tuesday night, right around now, we've got 5 new questions. That's right. Step right up. 5 new questions on Are You a Car Shipping Guru? You're going to play Ask Larry. You ready? It's powered by ATI and Superflow. Thank you, Mark. Here we go. Question 1. True or false? Shippers expect drivers to give plenty of notice before they plan on delivering a car. True or false? Shippers expect drivers to give plenty of notice before they plan on delivering a car. The first one's usually a gimme, but anybody want to take a stab at that? I mean, do they expect that? Nah. That's got to be false. Oh, Jeff throwing in. Oh, and Kate. Oh, we have 2 trues. Anybody for false? Do I hear false? We got 3 on true. Anybody? Are you sure that shippers expect drivers to give plenty of notice? I'm not sure about that word plenty. I mean, what about, man, we're down the street. We called you. We're down the street. That's good enough, right? Okay. All right. Right now, somebody's like, "Dear Facebook, I saw this show where this guy said plenty of..." Okay. But you know what we're talking about. Where's that? Okay. All right, here we go. Question 2. What is the most appropriate carrier rate to ship a 2019 Lexus GS from Phoenix, Arizona to Pueblo, Colorado? Oh, and the vehicle doesn't start. 505-710-980-1305. All right, an in-op Lexus GS from Phoenix to Pueblo. Well, it's not going that far, but it's an in-op. Now, this is going to be the number in the middle. The number it'll move for. Maybe nobody's happy, but it's the number it will move for. Phoenix to Pueblo. I'm going to go with... Oh, thank goodness. I really don't want to guess. I really don't. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. We're starting the I Believe in ATI movement. So thank you very much, Ron. Ron is part of the core, here to help, and we've got a lot of initiatives and things we're trying to do, trade shows and whatnot. Wow, look at this. Everybody's in at 1305. Do you see this? I mean, that's actually great. That's great news. I hope it's 1305. Now, do you think it's 1305? Because won't somebody call in and be like, I'll do it for $50 less than 505? But we've got, see, Josh works in dispatch. Mike works in operations. It's either 1305 or, man, if it's 710, I'm out of here. Peter says whatever Mike Marshall says. All right. Well, can you stand the tension? All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. The big reveal. Last chance to guess. See, Kerri, honestly, I think it's 710. I don't want it to be, but I'm afraid. I'm just gonna peek at the answer. Okay. Oh, thank God. It is uh-oh. Oh, the button's not gonna work? Oh, there we go. It is 980. Oh my God. Right? See Jeff sounds like a carrier. Jeff, you sound like you want to be on Carriers Unfiltered. Yeah, someone will bid 505 after the Oh, shoot. But I'm really, really glad it wasn't 710. But what's the mileage on that? Because is that $1 a mile? That can't be more than 1,000 miles. Right? Ish. All right, here we go. Question 3. Here we go. Please put the miles in the, if you don't mind. All right, here we go. Drivers love to answer their phones and tell shippers exactly where they are at any given time. True or false? True or false? Drivers love to answer their phones and tell shippers exactly where they are at any given time. Is this one true? Right? Anybody? Anybody want to take a stab at this one? Oh, anybody know who wrote these? Who wrote these? Who wrote these true or false questions? Okay. Oh, JD Ufala. JD. Oh, man. Come on, tell me this isn't funny, though. This is, I mean, it's kind of funny. Because, what was that first question? Shippers want... Oh, shoot. All right. What do we have here? Is this... Oh, there we go. Dang button. Wow, the app has crashed. I think the app has crashed. All right, let's go back to a hard one. Here we go. Question 4. Here we go. Button. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2017 Dodge Charger from Vicksburg, Mississippi to Aberdeen, South Dakota? Is it 815, 1080, 1345, or 1520? Oh, Kerri. Good one. What about hands-free? Mississippi to South Dakota. Dodge Charger. 815, 1080, 1345. Well, given the price on the in-op, I'll say 1345. Could be 1520 though. I don't know. Could it? I'm always such a Debbie Downer on the on, like, you know, what it's going to go for. I hope they prefer instead of picking up their phone. It's funny. It's a good point. Dang it. 1520. Jeff's got 1520. Do I hear another 1520? Can I get a 1345? Please don't give me an 815. I'm begging you. Do you know what the going rate is? 1345. Mary's got 1345. Jeff's got 1520. Oh, Candy. Making martinis in the super chat. Thank you so very much. Maritime Logistics Queen. We teach you how to do profitable business at the port. Period. And you're going to see Candy on Carriers Unfiltered in September on Tuesday Nights Live. Ooh, see, 1345. Ah. Is it 1345 or is it 1520? Going once. Going twice. Sold for 1345. All right. Does anybody have a guess as to what the last question's about? All right. True or false? Brokers are expected to educate shippers and guide them through the car shipping process. True or false? Brokers are expected to educate shippers and guide them through the car shipping process. It's interesting you mentioned about the phone and the driving safely. Who's going to educate the shipper and guide them through the car shipping process? This might sting a bit. But, true or false? Or, you can, this is kind of like one of those write-in ballots. If you've got another answer, you can put that in. Like when people thought they were voting for, I was going to say Mike Buchanan, but I don't think anybody remembers that. Mississippi carriers do not play if they leave their region. They're going to get paid. That's a good point. Yeah, 1520. Wow, look at that. 1520 matched 1345 in the answers. And we got that one guy that undercuts everybody else. Brokers are expected to educate shippers and guide them through the car shipping process. There it is, Carlos. False, false, false. Well, who is expected? All right, there you go. You got to write in the answer. Carlos, who is expected? Who does this job? Who educates the shippers and guides them through the car shipping process? Right. Is it anybody's job? Right. Yeah, why should we? Yeah, forget about it. Hi, can I? Forget about it. Hi, I was calling to check and see if I could leave some luggage in the... Forget about it. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for playing Are You a Car Shipping Guru? It is the broker. That is true. It is not forget about it. Anyway, so here's the deal. I'm going to come back right after this, and I've got some really interesting news. You're definitely going to want to stick around. I'll be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Everybody wants to be part of a bigger story. Auto transport is a vital part of that story. Vehicle reconditioning starts when your transport arrives at the dealership. The story starts with you. For our auto retail customers, as yours, full satisfaction.
Car dealers can see the rapid recon difference with transparent communication through the vehicle reconditioning process, auto remarketing, and dealer inventory management software. Visit rapidrecon.com. Links in the live chat, website, email, phone number. Okay, here we go. It is now time for Industry News, Part 2. Hold on to your boots. ACV Auctions files U.S. antitrust lawsuit, alleging Manheim, ADESA, other auctions are shutting it out. ACV claims its rivals work to prevent it from gaining necessary access to AutoIMS, a remarketing platform widely used by commercial consignors in the industry. In a 51-page complaint filed in U.S. District Court in New York, ACV named auction giants Manheim and ADESA and smaller wholesalers ServNet Auction Group and Independent Auction Group as defendants and claimed that those rivals worked to prevent it from gaining necessary access to AutoIMS, a remarketing platform widely used by commercial consignors in the industry. The suit also named Auto Auction Services Corp, a joint venture of those 4 companies and the provider of the AutoIMS platform. Now, you may not be familiar with some of the names, but you will be familiar with some of them. So stay tuned. Buffalo, New York-based ACV also named the National Auto Auction Association as a defendant in the suit, alleging in the complaint that the trade association, which has hundreds of member auctions, inconsistently enforced its physical auction requirement to preclude membership to certain digital-only platforms like ACV, which pose an existential competitive threat to NAAA's controlling members, unquote. NAAA is aware of and has retained counsel to review the lawsuit by ACV, but has no comment at this time. A spokeswoman for Manheim, the biggest auction network in the U.S., declined to comment, citing a policy of not commenting on pending litigation. Requests for comment sent to ADESA, ServNet, and IAG not immediately returned to Automotive News, where this story first broke. ACV's lawsuit claims its competitors denied it access to the AutoIMS platform in 2 ways. Why does this matter and how? Here we go. First, it alleged that an NAAA board of directors made up of Manheim, ADESA, ServNet, and IAG representatives denied ACV application for membership in late 2018 because it did not conduct physical auctions. That, by extension, nixed ACV's chance to gain the AutoIMS license some NAAA members may automatically qualify for, ACV said in its complaint. Second, ACV claimed those companies denied its direct request for an AutoIMS license through the Auto Auction Services Corp joint venture. ACV criticized the NAAA's reasoning for denying its membership on the basis of it being a digital-only company. It pointed to how physical auction companies in recent years have branched into offering purely digital auction tools with few issues. This is common knowledge. Commercial consignors who use AutoIMS repeatedly told ACV they can't work together because ACV does not have access to the platform. Thus, damages. In one alleged incident cited in the lawsuit, ACV contacted Hyundai Capital, the financial services unit of automaker Hyundai, about using its digital marketplace, but Hyundai Capital refused because ACV did not have AutoIMS. In another, financing company Santander Consumer USA ended its contract with ACV in less than a year because it could not continue to break its processes and workflow to send business to ACV outside of AutoIMS. Something to think about. ACV seeks injunctive relief. In its complaint, ACV asked for injunctive relief, which includes requests for the court to order NAAA to grant it membership and for Auto Auction Services Corp to be compelled to license AutoIMS to it. Is it too much to ask? To be a member and have a license to AutoIMS? ACV also said it's seeking monetary damages to be determined in trial. We'll see you in court. Here's the complaint. ATI obtained a copy of the 51-page filing. This is the face page. There you see ACV. There's your case number. United States District Court, Western District of New York. ACV versus NAAA, Auto Auction Services Corp, Manheim, ADESA, ServNet, and IAG. Interesting introduction. Let's read it. ACV Inc. is an online service provider that is transforming the wholesale used vehicle industry. True. That is true. ACV's platform offers auction services. Services that allow buyers and sellers of wholesale used vehicles to participate in auctions. True statement. In particular, ACV's platform provides online auction services that are not only convenient, but also transparent, trustworthy, and efficient. Yet a group of entrenched horizontal competitors who traditionally have provided only antiquated in-person auction services, aka physical auctions, have conspired to prevent competition from newer, more innovative online wholesale used vehicle auction platforms like ACV. ACV brings us antitrust action to stop this unlawful horizontal group boycott. Interesting. Interesting argument. Well, this is interesting because NAAA, their convention's next week in Dallas. That'll be fun. And I went up to the NAAA website. You can too. And there are two types of membership: auction membership, associate membership. And it does say under auction, additionally, there must be an established place of business offering weekly dealer-only sales. So does it say, does it have to be a physical auction? I don't know. But this is the NAAA page, not the AutoIMS page. But it is interesting that half the sponsors are named in the complaint. Now that is interesting. It's news. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, I do want to mention something to think about. Tesla has been in a conflagration with the OEMs, and how are they doing? They're winning? Oh, okay. All right, well, just, I don't know, let somebody know. And I just want to give a shout out, by the way, since we're talking about horizontal whatevers. Brianna Cox has pointed out that Primeritus has the money to sponsor events, but they still have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars past due with their agents. Recovery agencies have had historically the worst time in business, and from the info I've gathered, they made over $50 million in revenue last fiscal year. We lost a quarter of our agent network. The ones who made it through need to be paid for their services. Wow. What has happened? I never saw so much truth in automotive. Holy mackerel. Oh, are we upsetting the apple cart? Live? Really? Holy cow. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just keep going. Hey, next step for Lithia. The United Kingdom? Lithia Motors has made it no secret that the United Kingdom is on its list of potential areas for expansion. You know, England. But a recent report shows that the fast-growing retailer was close to entering the UK market sooner than previously indicated. Now, stick with me, because I've seen plenty of folks talk about being global. All right, well, if you're going to be global, let's do some global news, okay? All right, fair? Okay. In July 2021, when retail giant Lithia Motors, we're talking giant dealership, on the cusp of entering Canada, said that UK and Australia, maybe in 2 to 5 years. Well, apparently they've sped up their interest. Why does this matter? Stick with me. A Sky News report named Lithia as the unidentified bidder in a failed deal to buy Pendragon, one of the largest auto retailers in the UK. They're looking at Canada, UK, and Australia. This is American giant dealer rooftop Lithia Motors. Let's see. Oh, they are second largest dealership in U.S. in 2021, but the nation's top retailer of new vehicles through the first half of this year. Wow, that's interesting. If they see something, they go after it, and it's just a matter of the right price. Strategic benefits of doing this: gain insight into electric vehicles and direct-to-consumer retailing. Now, I know that there's two big topics we don't want to think about. Well, there's many. But of those many, there are two: EV and OEM agency model. What? Well, the UK and Europe are further along in terms of EV penetration. I think that's a known deal. So there definitely will be learning of what that will mean for the dealer network in the US. And that market also has more experience with the agency model, which is OEMs selling direct to consumers and just using dealerships as like drop-off points. I'm not exactly sure. But those are two big things happening, and they're actually coming. Along with, I've got a little bit more bad news here in industry news. Should we get to that? What is that? What's that bad news, Jay? By the way, I just want to point out, on the Auto Transport 22, prepared in May of this year, there's Lithia Motors. Oh, and ACV. Oh, AutoIMS was on there too. Jeez. Wow. It's pretty exciting. All right, so Warren Buffett is bullish on driverless trucks after purchasing a stake in Kodiak Robotics Pilot Company, which operates Pilot Co., which operates Pilot and Flying J travel centers, is owned by Berkshire Hathaway. I did not know that. which is Warren Buffett, and they agreed on Tuesday to take a stake in Kodiak Robotics, a driverless truck startup. All right? So does it matter? Maybe. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway didn't gain fame for investing in startups. Okay, so they're not easily convinced. Okay? They're not a willy-nilly. This is not Warren willy-nilly Buffett. The venerated investor has a predilection for buying time-tested businesses like an oil company, a railroad, or an insurer that bets on the steady and profitable growth of the U.S. economy. So this guy goes for sure things. Slow to place a bet. In fact, Buffett shied away from technology stocks for years before taking the plunge with Apple. Probably a good call there, too. Okay, so this is why investors should take particular note that Pilot Company, which operates Pilot and Flying J travel centers and is owned by Berkshire Hathaway, agreed on Tuesday to take a stake in Kodiak Robotics, a driverless truck startup. Pilot will get one of Kodiak's 5 board seats. Pilot is now the largest strategic investor in the startup. This investment is a significant validation by Berkshire Hathaway through Pilot that driverless trucks are on the cusp of being a reality. It may be hard, even scary, to imagine an 18-wheeler with no human on board humming down the highway intermingled with passenger cars, but this may happen more quickly than people think. Kodiak's already operating trucks with a safety driver on board on routes between Dallas and 6 cities, including Atlanta. When you spot a driverless truck, let us know. In a couple years, Kodiak expects to take that safety driver out of the cab and operate completely autonomous. Embark Technology, Aurora Innovation, Too Simple. Look for those names as well. Get the podcast. It's ATI Auto Business. Look for that symbol and click. Get informed while you're driving. ATI Auto Business. But he just said, text Ty, call Ty, rag him out, drag him across the coals on Carriers Unfiltered. 417-483-2764. We're here all the time. Rain or shine. Tuesday nights live. We have a full week this week. We got live carrier advice tomorrow with Brian. Be sure to join us at noon. Live carrier advice. Your DOT guy, Brian Riker, live DOT Q&A. That's at noon Central Time, 30 minutes. Be there. Live chat. Bring it. Join us on Thursdays for Dispatching Live. It's Thermonuclear Thursdays on Dispatching Live, and we're going to get new or old search. Okay, which one? What load board am I talking about? New or old search? Join us Thursday. That's a 90-minute show. You got plenty of time. And, ask a question. I see the live chat. Thank you very much. Interesting stuff. Might get a little ugly. You can count on that. Dealers, auctions, and carriers on Cars on the Move. We connect them. It's not just one vertical anymore. Are you still trapped in your vertical? Holy mackerel. All right, well, let us know how that's working out. Get these cars moved on the Melting Block of Ice with Tim Scatolus. Join us Friday. Paul Machine is our special guest on that one, too. It's going to be great. All right, yes, it's time. Do you need to ship your kid's car to college? Preowned Auto Logistics is happy to help. What's your auto shipping problem? We're going to solve your issue, and you're going to meet the team tonight on the Car Shipping Business Channel. My name is Jay, and it is time. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been waiting. Gosh, we've been so patient, Jay. So stick around right after this. We're going to bring in Ty, then we're going to bring in Jeremy, and on it goes. Strap yourself in. Hang on tight.
Why is auto shipping such a challenge? If shipping cars is part of your job, you've wasted time assigning and tracking shipments, waited around while deadlines are missed, and struggled getting anyone to answer your questions. And if you're a carrier moving cars, you've wasted time with bad contact info and shipments that aren't available, waited around for help locating vehicles and receiving payments, and struggled getting anyone to answer your questions. At PAL, we integrate systems for seamless API automations, provide daily email updates, custom portals and reporting, provide ACH quick pays, and we never hide from any questions. Join the auto logistics revolution because it's time to do things better. Preowned Auto Logistics, vehicle transportation made safe, reliable, and easy.
That's Preowned Auto Logistics provides car shippers with experienced professional drivers, a fully insured, modern fleet, and friendly, knowledgeable service. Learn more at preownedautologistics.com. Links in the live chat. So, Ty, you're up first, and I don't see you in here yet. I'll send you the link if you need, but I'm guessing, I don't know. Let's jump in the live chat for a moment. Let's see here. So, Josh said old search, right? See, we're going to talk about that on Thursday. Because did you hear the news that did Central Dispatch, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that I guess they let everybody know. It seems like, I think here we're gonna talk about this Thursday. Although I'm trying to find Ty. We're gonna talk about this Thursday, but it seemed like they put out the new search without. Did they let everybody know right away? I'm not sure. I'm actually not 100% sure on that. All right, here we go. Let's get Ty up in here. I'm sending him his email again here. Mic check 1 2. By the way, mic check 1 2. How's the audio? We're okay? Okay. All right, so here we go. Let me get Ty up in here. Make sure he's ready to go. And but yeah, we're going to talk about that because I know that's a big issue. And I know it's a big issue because I saw it on Facebook, right? If it's on Facebook, you know it's a big issue. Is that still true? Oh, good. The audio's good. But I saw many carriers, they were a little upset. And so I encourage, this is an invitation, Cox Automotive, live invitation from ATI. Why don't you guys, I know there's a couple guys over there that watch the show, which, thank you. We do appreciate that. So come on ATI, on Dispatching Live, and let us know what to expect next. Because I think you guys surprised, allegedly, speculating live, I think you surprised a few people, and they didn't have enough advance notice. And they didn't know, I know for sure there's one guy on Facebook that definitely didn't know that he could click up in the corner to get the old search. Leverage ATI. You see how this works? It's pretty cool. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Get this. Can I get an app that works? Ladies and gentlemen, in your corner, Ty Thompson, Cars on the Move. He is your friend and mine. And he is here now. Ty, can you... Hey, that's a nice hat.
Can you see it?
I can see your hat. That's nice.
Okay, so you know where I got this, right?
Well, tell me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, I'm currently in Kansas City. Friday, I was in Boston. Preowned Auto Logistics, Dana, Jeremy, Kevin, Mike. I can keep Mike, Kerri, Anthony, Eddie, George, Josh. I can keep going. Flew ATI, Ty went, but flew ATI to Boston, Peabody. We got to go to corporate. I got to run around. I got to meet everybody. I got to get there early. I got to set in meetings. I got to do all kinds of things with Preowned Auto Logistics. So we can talk about that, but really there's a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. I was thinking about why is Preowned Auto Logistics here? That's what I've been thinking about all day. And I thought, I talked to a lot of guys that are wanting to get in the business because of this platform. So call Ty, 417-483-2764. And a lot of this, I got it today. This is no joke. I got this call today. Hey, I need a dispatcher and a load board. We really have. It's like, well, this guy's in a hurry. I'm not going to take the time to try to educate him. Call Sue. Sue, if you got a call today, there you go. But the more I get to know Preowned Auto Logistics, the more I get to understand where we're currently at. And this ties into Jay always talking about trade shows and the importance of us going to these things. Why? Just like this ACV thing. Why is Jay talking about ACV? How does that affect me? I've got a truck and 3-car, 4-car trailer. I don't understand why this has anything to do with me. I'm going to the next channel, swipe right or left, whichever way you want to go, but swipe. So it has everything to do. It will affect you. It does touch you. And the more that we understand what's happening, you guys have heard me say this probably way before Jay ever showed this article today. I keep saying there's a war on the auction. Now, I'm the traditional old school auction guy. I always will be, no matter how many online platforms, backlot platforms, ACV platforms. I'm a physical auction guy because I like people. Right? I like to talk to people. That's where you meet a lot of people, is at an auction. So with COVID, everything changed. You guys know this. Maybe you don't. What changed? Why are you talking about it? What does this have to do with pre-owned and ACV? Right? Just stick with me if you can. If I lose you, Jay, slap me through the screen. Ty, they're losing. Stop. I lose. The hair's on fire. Screaming, crying. These. I know. You don't see me with that.
I love it. That was great. Keep going.
Well, this war on the auction stuff, in my opinion, has probably been going on, just ballpark guessing, around 2005-ish, at least when I started seeing things change. So fast forward to around 2020, early 2020, January, March, and people start coming out at these big names that Jay mentioned, Manheim, ADESA, saying, hey, we don't care if we ever open the doors again. We're prepared for this. We got it under control, right? What does that mean? That means they were already doing online auctions. What's ACV? It's an online platform for wholesale vehicles, from dealer to dealer, back and forth, right? Nothing new, just a different way to do it. So when the auction shuts down, that brings up challenges, not just for the carrier, it brings up a lot of challenges for the dealer, right? One of the things that people don't realize is, I asked this, it's a simple question. Have you been to an auction this week? If you're a carrier, raise your hand if you've been to an auction this week. 9 out of 10, yeah, I was at an auction. So whether it's a physical or an online, there's a physical place where we pick up physical cars and we call it an auction. Things are changing. Okay. How does this tie in with Preowned Auto Logistics? How? Right? If I'm a new guy and I don't have an established client base, or if I'm an old guy and I still don't have an established client base, and all my money, all my revenue comes from a load board, I'm going to need all the assets, everything I can get my hands on to help me survive. Right? I just got a call yesterday. Man, Ty, who do I call for insurance? Progressive just literally doubled my premium. Okay, call Lionel. Fuel, man, the fuel's killing me. Man, maintenance is killing me. Have you tried to buy a new trailer lately? Well, how much are those? So all these things that you're dealing with as a new business, and Ty's standing over here screaming on the sidelines, go talk to car dealers, go to auctions. So maybe we don't have time for that. That's what I learned. Probably the biggest thing I learned at Preowned was, if I was a new carrier, this is no joke, and I really didn't have any interest in going to get my own customers, I would latch onto a company like Preowned like that. And I mean that. Like, okay, Jay knows this stuff. I mean, look at our Black Widow friends. Look at when we go to these places, when we talk to these people, this isn't about we're making bank here. We're building relationships. Jay and I really we have some morals and we have some ethics, and we try to associate ourselves with good people. Does that make sense? You hear me all right?
And I want to say this too. I want to say this. Well, I don't want to hog the mic because I do the, see, I'm already messing with the graphics. I don't want to hog the mic, but I want to say this. What you made me, I just wrote something down. You are not alone. We know how you feel. If you feel like you're alone, your voice isn't heard, I promise you, Ty and I know how you feel. And this lawsuit, shows that large or small, all over the place, there are folks that are feeling like they're not being heard, that they're not being included, and we have friends everywhere. What's interesting, we have friends on both sides of that complaint. So we're in the middle, and we're going to stay in the middle. We're going to report the news, and I said it. It's time to open your doors. If you're stuck in the middle or on either side, ATI is a place where you can open your doors, say your piece. You're included, you're welcome here, and because this is an ecosystem, we're stuck with each other.
Yeah, we are, and that's the beauty of it. We're building community here. I was like, okay, well, so what does Preowned Auto Logistics need? They need cars, and they need carriers, and they need people. I mean, that's pretty fundamental. But at the same time, being there, talking to them on screen, off screen, and learning more about the way they handle business, I truly respect and admire and appreciate. And the key takeaways isn't look at our flashy new technology that does everything and we don't have to talk to anybody. Because you guys know I'm an old cranky guy. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they got technology, but at the same time, anybody that's been in this business for more than, say, 10 years, I'm pushing 22 now, somebody has to talk to somebody. Let me say that one more time. Somebody has to talk to somebody. So what I'm talking about when I say that is I'm talking about I need cars to move. So in order for me to survive, I'm going to have to talk to somebody to get cars to move. These people pick up the phone, they call back, they go door to door, they knock on doors, they bang on doors. You see them at the conferences, you see them intermingling, building relationships, talking to everybody, right? And I watch these guys. I watched Jeremy, I watched Dana, I watched Kevin, and Kevin is the first guy I met, but with the Preowned gang. And I'm just telling you, the way that they do business is definitely tie approved. How's that?
That is perfect. And in case you want to verify that message, ladies and gentlemen, right now, up on center stage, we're going to bring in Jeremy Louisos. He's the Senior VP, because we want you to meet the team. That is part of what's going to happen tonight. You're going to meet so many members of Preowned Auto Logistics. It will make your head spin, and you'll be glad, because now you'll put a name. You'll have several names to put, several faces to put to the company name. Jeremy, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can see you. Can you hear me and see me? I'm working with some new gear tonight.
All right, well, that's cool. We can see you. We can hear you. Jeremy, please say hello. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah, of course. I almost feel like I don't even need an introduction. I'm feeling like a third member of the team at this point. I think I just did a recent tally, and I'm watching the show tonight, and everything you're talking about is like, oh, I was on that show, and then I saw Ty at that event. I don't want to overstep. Am I sort of like an honorary team member, at least for the month of August? Yeah.
Dude, absolutely. You are. You're like you're close to the center of the core as a family member of the community. Yeah. I mean, you've been all over the place. Am I right?
And so have y'all. I mean, everywhere I go, I see Ty. I mean, I got to hang out with Ty at our very own office up in Boston for like a whole day. And he kept the party going with Kevin, I think, throughout the weekend. I don't know if now is the appropriate time to talk about it, but what did you do on Sunday?
Sunday, we hit the beach.
Nice.
Salisbury. That was Kevin's recommendation, and it was good. We completely enjoyed it. Nice walk, beautiful.
That's awesome.
Good time. Hey, I want to tell everybody something about Jeremy. This is a funny story. Like I guess I didn't know this, but this is how cool Jeremy is. I didn't know that Jeremy was Senior VP.
Yeah.
That's how the door's open. I mean, Dana's door's
That's
open
live.
too. But
Yeah.
Jeremy,
See, you know what? I like to admit things live too, because yeah, exactly. He's
just a normal
friendly
guy.
guy that you talk to. Really, Senior VP? Holy
Senior
mackerel.
VP. Wow. Yeah, right there, dude. That is really big. And I got a lot of respect for Jeremy, but today I was thinking about you guys a lot, and I just was, Jay pointed that out, and I thought, what? That's something I should know as much as we've all been hanging out, but that's a big deal. And my point in saying that, by the way, Jeremy, is that really the atmosphere that you guys make there, the culture, we talk about culture, the culture there's just, it's that. You just, hey, Jeremy. Yeah, it's really cool.
A whole hour. I put the link in the live chat. If you missed Friday's show, a whole hour of office tour and seeing people work. So tell us more of the organization, Jeremy.
Yeah, of course. Well, so as Ty just found out, and hopefully I'm aware of this, the senior vice president. Just to comment on that. I mean, so you meet Dana. He's the president, founder, owner of the company, and I think he sets the tone there because I mean, you could walk in, you wouldn't know which title is which. I mean, it's a group of good folks, and there's so many kind words that were shared earlier. At risk of making this a PAL commercial, I think that you nailed some of the stuff that's important to us, and by talking about the people, that's really a huge place where it starts. We need the cars, and we need unbelievable carriers. That's people as well. We need great customers; those are people. We need great carriers; those are also people. We need our employees, which you got to meet us. I think the read is we got some great folks here.
Oh man!
And why wouldn't you want that? I spend more time with these folks than I do with anybody else on the planet. These are most of my waking hours. And do I want to be kind of miserable, grinding all day? I mean, this is a challenging industry. There's a lot of expectations. It's a tough gig. So let's bring some great folks in here and work as a team and get some stuff done. So I think that's a big part of it. And to run through the roster, I mean, it was a long segue, but I was working towards it. So so we got a little bit of everything, right? So operations, dispatch, the folks that are frontline with our carriers and making the decisions and getting stuff done. You're going to meet a few of our team members there. We have Mike Marshall and Josh Tassinari. Phenomenal folks to work with. On the folks and on the on the sales side, I know we have a few folks as well. We have Kevin, Anthony, Kerri coming on. So you're going to meet a lot of those folks. We don't have anyone from accounting per se, but I will on their behalf plug ACH. That's something you definitely want to sign up for if you're not signed up for it right now. And then the piece that you'd mentioned, technology as well. We have a technology department. You're not going to see those folks here. I'm going to represent and just kind of share for them quick. I would like to come back at some point. We have a sweet portal that's coming out the month of September. It's going to allow for instant quotes and order placement, and VIN lookups, history, all that kind of stuff. And a bunch of features are going to be added through the rest of the year. So that's kind of an exciting update for us. We're also really excited about getting everyone on the carrier app, which I'm going to just kind of tease and allow Josh to jump in and explain a bit more. But you're gonna meet a piece of the team, Jay, tonight that Ty got to meet last week. But I think we have a great roster, and I'm sure, just like I mentioned, I'm on here just about every other week at this point. Folks are sick of hearing from me, so I'll get out of the way as soon as possible. You let me know.
All right. No, you did a great job. So, all right, what I did is mic check 1, 2, 3. We're okay? Check. Okay. All right. So I put it in the live chat and also checked my audio. Mike and Josh are up next. Okay. So what we're going to do is Mike Marshall and Josh, is it Tassinari? Did I get that right?
Tassinari, yep.
Tassinari. Dang it. I knew that. I knew I was going to get. Okay. So here comes Josh and here comes Mike. Doorbell's ringing. Open the door and let him in. Put it in the live chat. We're live with Preowned Auto Logistics. We are now going to talk to operations and dispatch.
Live chat and also check my.
There we go. And we got some audio and video happening now. All right, Josh is connecting via audio. Mike will be here in a second. What's your question? What do you want to share? Share your company information. Get signed up with Preowned Auto Logistics. Is broker a bad word? What did he say?
We covered this one already. There's a definitive answer I would share. It may be perceived as such, but it is not, and it shouldn't be.
And that's right. Well, there's a lot to go around in just our vertical in the ecosystem. Okay, here we are. We're live. We've got Josh and Mike. I think Josh popped in here first. Josh, please say hello to the live audience. Can you see us and hear us okay?
Yeah, can you see and hear me?
We see you. We hear you. Josh, what do you do?
So I'm a dispatcher at Preowned. My day-to-day, to keep it short, is basically I talk to carriers all day long, book shipments with them, stay in touch with our sales team, who stays in touch with our customers, and yeah, so I'm a dispatcher under the operations of Mike Marshall.
Mike is here with us. Yeah,
sorry,
Ty,
Josh.
take it away.
Josh, first of all, Josh, can you see me okay, buddy?
Yeah, I can see you and hear you.
It's good to see you again. I just gave you a big
He's
hug
a
like
hugger.
that, right?
That's
There you
very
go. No, there's more to it than just dispatch guy and staying in touch with people. You guys have, and I know we're going to get into it, but Josh really educated me the other day, especially, Josh, you said dispatch, but tell us, you primarily stick with what did we call it? Do you remember?
We call it private party orders. I know you guys call it POVs. So people who own a vehicle who are either traveling seasonally, or people who are relocating for work or moving or whatever the case is, maybe college. So I kind of handle that mainly. I also help out on the dealer and auction side, but that's where I kind of focus on, is mostly the private POV shipments.
Okay, good job. All right. That's what I want to tell you, because there's a lot to that, and I know we're going to talk more about it here in a little bit, but it's a big job.
Josh,
Huge.
do you ever get the feeling that, like, okay, so you work in dispatch every day, right? All day long. Do you dream about it?
Sometimes.
Exactly. Okay.
Depends on the night, but yeah, depends on what I had dispatched the day before.
And I say this to carriers, and I say this to brokers, to dealers. You know all the things that you do, but everybody else doesn't. So at any time tonight, this goes for the live chat, for the live show, live guests, on demand. If you've got something you want to bring attention to, bring it. Okay?
Bring it. Got
Bring
it.
it. Okay,
Hey,
Mike, bring it. Mike, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome back to the show.
Hey, I'm good. Thanks. Everything's good. How are you guys? Can you hear me okay?
See you, hear you.
Excellent.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, so to kind of echo off what Josh said a bit, we call ourselves dispatchers, but if that was all that we did, our jobs would be a little bit easier, So I'm the manager of the dispatch team, and it's really dispatch and operations. In the course of a day, a dispatcher does everything from order entry, carrier relations, setting up a carrier communication, problem solving, being proactive, running reports. You name it, we do it. And it's really one of the things that sets us apart is just that. We're a full service logistics provider, and we truly are. And it's unique in our industry. So, I say the same thing. Yeah, I work in dispatch, but, people hear dispatch and they think, oh, well, somebody calls and you say, hey, truck, go over there and get this. Well, if it were only that, So, but we do a lot. It's a big job, we're like the hub of the company. We are the product, Dispatch is what we sell.
Well, I got to learn something that I thought was really cool. I've done it for a long time, but Mike will actually get set up as a buyer for an organization, right? Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but so, and what you're like, what does that mean and who cares? Well, it's really important whenever you're a carrier and you're trying to find a gate pass. That's really important. And so this is when you said full service logistics provider. Let's say that out loud. Mike, say that again. I like that.
Full service logistics provider.
Full service logistics provider. So this little topic I'm talking about. If you've ever gone to the auction to pick up a car and you have an issue with a gate pass, how's your day going now?
Not as good.
So I'm pointing this out because when he says full service, that's full service. When you get to that point where you have that relationship with that customer, that shipper, whatever you want to call it, and you can pick up the phone and call the auction and say, I'm Mike with XYZ car dealership, or whoever's bought the cars at the auction, wherever you're getting them. That's a big move. So that's huge. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah. When I say full service, we are full service. We'll do, we do what it takes to have great customer service, get everything done every day as we need to. We take it, we're proud of it, and we take it seriously.
Yeah. And two, also, this was neat. See, I'm like, wow, that's great. So we get you get the phone call. I've got a bunch of cars. They're over at these auctions and this auction. Here's what you need. Then you pick up the ball from there, taking the pressure off, because this is what I was thinking a lot about today. Mike is carrier based. Kevin's going to be on, I think, in a minute. Kevin's sales guy, Anthony's sales guy. And I'm thinking about if I remember, because I had all my own customers. They call, Ty, I got cars at the auction, go get them. Okay, can you give me any info? No, go get it yourself. Okay. And to have that support, this goes back to what I was talking about earlier, to have the support of a company like Preowned Auto Logistics, if I'm a carrier, that support, the tie-in, I think, for the sales team in getting these big accounts or accounts, whatever you want to call them, cars to move, is we actually have people that watch. We have dealerships that watch that have transportation problems. We have auctions with transportation problems, and we have remarketers that watch. So if you're a remarketer, a dealer, an auction, and you're having trouble with transportation, this is a full service logistics provider company. That's what I'm saying. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was sweet.
It's true. I didn't have no script. I mean, that's what I learned. That's real.
Really on the fly. I'll tell you what, let's do this. I put in the live chat that Kevin would be next. So let's bring him up in here and continue this conversation. Live on center stage, we're going to bring in Kevin Lombardi. Now, he works in business development. And as we continue, we've got dispatch, we've got operations, we've got management up on stage. We're going to keep on bringing in folks because we want you. Listen, you can say you're the best, but what if your team said it for you? Right? Like, who is this company that's the best in the galaxy? Right?
Best in the world.
Do you wonder?
Yeah.
Well, who is it? Who are these guys? And you can get the 1.5 minute cropped video, or what if you could interact and ask questions and get to know people, so that next time you are short a gate pass and you're talking to Josh, you know who this guy is. Right?
Big, yeah.
It is. It's pretty cool. So Kevin will be here in a second. I know that I know the way this works is. I gotta kind of read between the lines in the live chat sometimes just to get a specific question, and I did this. I prepped you guys. Does anybody have an example of a real world problem solved in the last 24 hours?
I have one.
All right.
You ready for one?
Take it away.
So we had a POV shipment going down to Florida for a customer.
Take him upstairs, please.
Oh, hang on once. Kevin is still working on his signal. Keep going, Josh.
So we had a direct to consumer shipment going down to Florida from Massachusetts. Carrier picked up sometime last week, went to go deliver today, and he called me and said, how am I supposed to deliver this car? And I said, well, what do you mean? And he said, well, it's a community. It's a gated community. The customer is not answering the phone. So he saw on the bill of lading the customer's contact information. So he said, how am I supposed to deliver this? And I said, well, let me talk to my sales team. My sales team put a note on the BOL with the spot number and a second port of contact, which actually it was already on the BOL. So I told them, look on the BOL. and it was right there, and he went and delivered it right into the customer's personal spot at their condo complex. So like we like to, and me and Mike were talking about this today. It's not only problem solving, but it's proactive problem solving. So we like to think of all the situations that we can before they come up, so we're ready. It's for our carriers and our customers both, and for us. It makes the whole process go much smoother if we can get ahead of those issues. Even though they seem simple, not everybody does it. So if we can get ahead of those issues and get on top of everything ahead of time, it makes it a lot easier for the carriers and for us, and then the end customer.
As I say, okay, cool. Kevin, you can see us and hear us okay?
Yeah, can you see me and hear me?
All right, cool. We see, we hear you. I just want to say this is that I like it when, isn't it great, and everybody knows this, those moments where you can share kind of a high five, took care of it. Closed. Hey, Kevin, what's going on, man?
How are you?
Well, we're pretty good. You're live. Tell us more about you and just jump into the party, pal.
Well, you're welcome in my home right now, and I've got 2 four-legged family friends that are wandering around. So if they start barking, it's just what happens here at the Lombardi household.
Well, it's a family show. It's a family business.
Yeah. So I will tell you that I want Ty to kind of articulate his experience at the St. Anthony's Festival in Boston on Saturday night.
Yeah.
I have a favorite local delicacy. It's usually cherry stones that I love to go into the feast and order. And I handed over a cherry stone to Ty, and he had his first experience with raw fish. So can you talk about that, Ty?
Yeah, I'd be happy to share that experience. First of all, thank you for the invite. And by the way, everybody, this is Kevin. And Kevin, the first guy I met with Preowned Auto Logistics, San Antonio, just an amazing guy. Got to hang out with his wife, Judy, and his son, Anthony. Got to know him really well. We got to go to they call it the north side. So we're in Boston. North End. Yeah. So, and funny side story before we get there, we're walking this Freedom Trail. And we end up at the USS Constitution. It's a boat, right? And I'm tired, and I've been walking in my flip-flops all day, and my feet are sunburned. And Kevin calls, like, "Where you at? Hurry up and get over here. We're at the feast." And I'm like, "Oh, well, how do we get there?" He says, "Follow the red bricks." Red bricks? What are you talking about? You're on the Freedom Trail, aren't you? Yeah, I'm on the Freedom Trail. Well, look down on the ground and find the red bricks. I'm like, this guy's got to be pulling my leg. I know he's crazy. No joke. I'm sitting on a bench. I look down, and there's this little red brick trail. I'm like, are you kidding? Like little red brick trail like this? He's like, yeah, that's the Freedom Trail. Follow the trail. It'll take you right to where we'll meet you. I promise you. I'm like, okay. We're going to go pack the car. Anyway, it was a great story. So we all meet up, and it's great. And we're walking, and Kevin's got to have these cherry stones, and he's like, "Here, Ty, do one." I'm like, "Okay." Well, he said, "Just swallow it." And you got to kind of prepare yourself. These things were huge, by the way. I've never seen anything this big. You're supposed to put it, it's in a shell, and you just throw it in your mouth and knock it back, I guess. Well, I didn't do the knock it back part. I threw it in my mouth, and it's got a great taste to it, whatever it is. And he's like, "Hurry up and swallow it." And you get to the point where if you swallow it, you're going to throw up. So I'm like, I can't swallow. I just got to start chewing on it. So now I'm chewing on this thing for like half a block at least. He's like, "Have you swallowed it yet? Have you swallowed?" Anyway, I finally ate it. I just did it wrong.
Mike, you understand what I put him through, right? Mike being from Boston.
Totally. Totally. You got to eat those things the right way, man.
I did. It was a big F for fail. I failed at that one.
It was enlightening.
All of Boston went noob.
It was enlightening experiencing a Midwesterner in Boston, and some of the intricacies and delicacies of Boston. We're very proud of our city here. Although we manage, logistics in many cities, this is just where our headquarters is. So we were proud and happy to have you join us. So
it was good.
The question is what do I do? So I'm in sales. I've been in sales my entire career. We work in a very challenging industry, and I'm very fortunate because, what I sell is really service delivery, and it's really, I was taking some notes. I mean, we don't just manage the auctions. We manage from point A to point B, no matter where that is, and there's complexities involved, in all that stuff because we're carrying very heavy vehicles. And as we get into EVs, they're even more heavier, with the incredible amount of responsibility, and we've got to get these vehicles in a timely fashion to their point of destination, and it takes great teamwork, to execute. And one of the great things I'm proud of is that, I love to bring dispatch on a sales call, because I guess my official role really is to, educate and manage expectations of the customer. People forget, when you buy from Amazon, right, and it doesn't show up for 2 or 3 days, they offer a refund, right? Or you just have to wait. There's no really anybody to call. You can't really, the only way you can follow is through some unique tracking system. But we are really accountable and responsible, and we do everything in our power to make sure we communicate constantly, with our customers. And one of the great assets, I mean, we have a lot of young people, including Josh, who started in sales. So he got a real flavor for customer service, and as a young professional in our business, this gentleman's going to experience many, many different facets of our company. And as we grow, he grows. And that's really one of the, opportunities that you have working with Preowned Auto Logistics. And, I guess I'm the old sage, I get to wear a title because of my gray hairs. I wish I was as smart as Jeremy, who's actually a geologist by trade. But, I'd be a fool to try to go on this alone. Mike Marshall and I can't count how many joint conversations we've had. We've had 2 or 3 this week, and he brings incredible credibility, to what I'm articulating to the customer, because we're not your average transportation company. I'm not sure I know what the best is. I know that we go to work every day and really try to do an outstanding job. And I'll give you a real life example. I had a general manager recently that wanted to ship a car for his daughter to college. It's his first college. It's the first experience for his daughter going to school, and he's worried about everything. So he called me. We did the transportation. He went from a dealer GM who knows everything about our industry to a private party, customer that want to know every single component, about the move, including how much he could put in the back of the vehicle. And what we did is we walked him through the process, and he got a call, as I left the office tonight, and, it's like, he's like, I'm shocked. What happened? I said, well, nothing happened. How was your experience? And, that's the thing that we do, on a regular basis. And we do thousands of moves at a time, and he got a phone call, and that's really the development of true relationships. In our business is fraught with flaws. I mean, there's so much bad things that could happen in our industry, and I think that people don't want to be communicated to. And Dana, that's the mission of our organization. We do not hide behind, a telephone. I would encourage everybody that wants to learn about our business to schedule a video conference call, or a visit. We would love to articulate every aspect of our industry. And one of the differentiators sometimes is price. It's you can't. We in this country have learned that if you want good service or good product, you don't pay for it. So if somebody's trying to discount us, what part of the process do they want to eliminate? Do they want to be underinsured? Do they want to find a carrier that's not, or a driver that is not concerned about what he's doing? Do we want to hire somebody who has not a lot of experience, doesn't make as much as somebody who's seasoned? We vet all that. When we dispatch a vehicle, and Mike's group does a great job at vetting carriers. And I'm ultimately confident when we take on a move that we're going to execute accordingly. So I guess that's what I do.
I want to point out, this is on the wall. Why? Why is that on the wall? I can jump in. I don't mind. I'll take this one. 'cause I brought
Jay,
it
why
up.
is it? Jay, why is that on the wall?
There you go. Thank you very much. It's on the wall because, yeah, you can find somebody to do it cheaper. It just might not be what you were looking for.
This one makes me laugh like almost every day still. I don't know.
And it's on the wall in your office. Ty, I said, Ty, get me a photo of that. So thank you, Ty.
Hey, Jay, cheap, fast, good. Pick two.
Right.
It can be cheap and fast, but it won't be good. It can be fast and good, but it won't be cheap. It can be cheap and good, it won't be fast. I mean, that's really what it is. That's life.
I think I know what got picked.
Oh, yeah.
It is so funny. And true.
And it seems so happy.
Right? And it is. It's a happy horse. Yeah. We're good.
It just smiles at us every day. So weird.
Yeah, right. Exactly. After a while, you come in after just 2 hours of sleep, and that thing comes to life. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm thinking about Kevin, and I'm thinking about Kevin. Kevin goes after some big accounts, right? And some of those. So speak to that market, if you would, for just a minute. Like, we talk about remarketing, we talk about big companies, fleet companies. I mean, you talk to those people, don't you, Kevin?
Yeah, I don't look at it as talking to big accounts. I just think about developing a relationship with very experienced individuals that happen to be, executives or leaders of organizations. If I can convince somebody, that has, a lot of transport opportunities and articulate our mission, how we do it, show them the tiers of communication, the real team. Team in this country is something that's kind of been forgotten a little bit. You know what I mean? If we can, present our team mentality and how we work together, like Jeremy said, I spend more time at Preowned than I do with my family, and in essence, I do rely on my colleagues, to keep me going and bring me up. I mean, not every day is a good day. I'd rather share those experiences with the people at Preowned. So so I don't talk to big companies. I talk to individuals, up and down the spectrum. And if I can do a good job and, and present and articulate and, prepare and, execute, then I think no matter big or small, they're going to want to do business with us.
Absolutely. Good answer. Who else is coming on, Jay?
All right, so let's do this. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring in Kerri and Anthony up on center stage.
I know both those people.
Yeah, I know. We're going to round out sales. So if you're in the live chat and you got a question for sales, come on in, bring it, because we've got Kerri Harris and Anthony DelVento joining us live. Oh, it'd be good if I gotta allow them into the Zoom room. Yeah, they don't just magically.
Well, this
appear.
is a good place to you're going to hear me start. Somebody's going to start eventually talking about systems and processes, and Kevin just kind of gave us a little clue there. So this should be good, nice, smooth.
Okay, hey, cool. Hey, there's Kerri. Kerri, how are you doing?
Hey, Kerri.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Doing, guys?
Please say hello. And there's Anthony too. All right, cool. We'll start with Kerri. Kerri, please say hello and tell us more about you and what you do.
Okay. Hi. So I'm Kerri Harris. I work as the sales. Oh, somebody else is showing.
Somebody else is showing. Oh, well, I'm
doing all right. So I'm the,
keep going. We're live. It's live. So here we go.
yeah.
Kerri?
Yeah, I'm back. Hold on. My thing got messed up. Give me one.
Oh, there you are.
All right. Yep. Hold on one second.
Let's do
All right,
this.
there we go. All right.
There we go. You're good? Okay, cool.
Got messed up.
Cool.
So I'm the sales manager of consumer business, and what that means is, I deal with any customers that are not dealerships. So whether it's, corporate relocation, regular customers that are moving, what we consider snowbirds, people that are just transporting their vehicles, to warmer weather for a few months and then coming back. So I have. I manage that department. I have a few salespeople that I work with that I lead. And then we also have Josh that works with us as well for dispatch. So we kind of all work together as a team. Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much what I do. I also
right.
with Anthony. Anthony handles
exactly.
the dealership end of it.
Anthony, will you take the baton? Tell us more about you.
Hi, so I'm the general sales manager of the sales team here, and we've got a diverse background, as Ty and I spoke about last time we met. I've been probably close to 30 years on the other side of the tracks as a dealer, general manager, used car director, used car manager, and I'm a living testimonial for Preowned Auto Logistics. I've probably signed over 500,000 ROs for them, so been a good customer over the years. So having a good relationship with Dana and his team, and understanding the importance of what they mean to consistency in the industry is huge. There's always someone around the corner you can pick up the phone and kind of make a decision on and save yourself some dough and get it done. But it's consistency that's the key. When you're on the other end of the tracks, you're looking at your budget, you're spending money, and you're wondering where it's going, and you have to have an understanding of who's providing you with what services, and what services are costing you money. I mean, you'd be surprised. Some justify their expense to you, and then at the end of the month, sometimes you look and you're like, these guys really aren't worth the money, And I can tell you, in sincerity, learning the infrastructure of this company from A to Z at this point on how things develop, how they transpire with guys like Mike and his team, and Kevin and his direction he's given these guys. It's a tremendous asset. Kerri and her team and her division they're all well-oiled machines. No pun intended, I guess, but they're all moving. They're all moving at good stream, and at good velocity. And it's important, because if we're going to stay competitive, we got to stay ahead of the game, and that's really the message. So one of the things, that I'm emphatic about, and being in the dealer's seat, and I try to paint the picture for our sales team now and what the expectations are. And then also for the dispatchers, for the carriers that are listening, it's important to understand that our biggest benefit that we can provide is the unison between the carrier and the dealer, right? Because those are the two that have to meet, they have to interact. And that's where the big disconnects happen. And that's what, as a dealer in the past, that's what would drive me crazy. There's nothing more than a driver sitting in your showroom, running around looking for a car that he can't find. You got a lot guy looking for it. You got 3 salespeople looking for it. It's the middle of December, and there's a snowbank out back, and the car's behind the snowbank, or something foolish. And it's just a cluster. So these things, when you're talking full gamut as far as, what's expected, the communication is a huge element. And that's what, Kevin emphasized that. We do things a lot different. We give the carriers the number to the first point of contact at the store, or however it's communicated through dispatch, whatever the channel is. We call the guy, the used car manager who's ready to pick up the car, have the keys ready. It just makes it so much easier if it's the communication from both ends. And then the same thing with, the private party pickup. Who's at the other end receiving the car? Is it in, like Josh had mentioned, is it going to a gated community? Is there someone waiting for the key? Is there another party picking up the car for someone else? Whatever the communication is, these are the areas that if that message doesn't get to the carrier, it's huge. It's a big disconnect. And then that becomes the painful phone call and the damage control. So, the element I've learned here to be successful in any business or anything is to keep the damage control down to a minimum and keep the communication up to the maximum. So that's really what we're trying to do. And I think it's working. Obviously it's a testimony for how things are different at this company. I've only been here, into my 2nd month, so I'm pretty green here with actually part of the team. But I can tell you, it's like I said, they're very well faceted on what they do on a daily basis. So that's a huge asset for me. I just need to grow the seed. So the seed's already planted here. So let's get going.
Can I add something to what Anthony said? It's one of the things I don't really, I guess, like is being referred to as a broker. We are more of a liaison in a number of different areas, communication to the customer, communication to, multiple points, origin, delivery, really, managing the logistics piece. I can only imagine, Anthony can probably speak to this better than I can, that, a dealer being primarily responsible for its own logistics and the headaches that go along, with, solicitation of a product and the paperwork and the financing, and then you have to worry about the managing the logistics at the end. I mean, that's just an incredible amount of responsibility, on an organization, and we want to take that away. We want to manage that piece on behalf, of those people shipping vehicles. And it's not just auctions, it's dealers, it's insurance companies, it is finance companies, it's remarketers, it's, corporations that are, moving people across the country, across the globe. These vehicles, I mean, everybody who I introduced to the, the transportation industry can't believe how many carriers are on the road. It becomes very visible to them. And Ty, you can speak to that because you always try to get run over by something at the auction. I just think that what we do is complex, and it's a very, very, comprehensive industry. And Anthony brings, that dealer experience to the table. I mean, I asked him a question today. I said, okay, put your dealer hat on. How are we going to handle this situation? What's the best route to take? How are they going to listen to, and how can we help them guide through the, complexities of transportation? So, and we're very, and you've experienced this, Ty, we're very flat. We don't have, unfortunately our office, or fortunately our office was built for something else. So we have offices, but most of us are on the floor communicating. I'm always leaning over to Josh and teasing him about, a number of different things, but really, it's about the pleasantries of working and solving, chronic and constant problems in our business.
Well, this can go to Kevin or Anthony. Anthony, good to see you again, by the way. I think it's brilliant, by the way, that you guys have Anthony. I mean, this dealer perspective is something that I talk about a lot, because even as long as I've been doing it, and I've been, took over auction transportation, took over a lot of dealer transportation, but I still don't fully understand. When I hear a guy like Anthony start talking, I start thinking, okay, how many stores were you managing? Were you over the new car? Were you over the used car? Which was more important, price or time? What, just, did you buy in a lane? Did you go to the auction? Did you have buyers? I mean, I can just keep dumping these questions out because I get excited. And if I start slowing down, I'm thinking, wait a minute, you got, and Kevin just said it, hey, how are we going to handle this, Anthony? So where I'm going is I'm saying, what, from the standpoint of a dealer, talking to the carrier community, the carrier base, what is the most important? Is it I need it here now, or is it? And I heard this all the time. I'll throw this one out there. Ty, I don't really care. I would like it fast, but I just need to know within a window, because I need to know. So just be honest with me. Is it going to be here Monday? If you can tell me that, I can deal with it.
Well, Ty, yeah. Let me, and I think Anthony will kind of reinforce and add some unique perspective. But it is whatever is most important to the customer. If they're looking to limit within a budget, then we may ask for a few more days. Okay, so it could be cheap and good. Okay, but it may not be fast. So we really, and we've got systems in place to survey our customer and see what's most important to them. If they need it fast, then they're probably going to have to pay for it. But we want to be able to intellectually articulate the service provision that we're offering.
Good answer, Anthony.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I think from a dealer's perspective, what's important, I mean, if your carriers are listening, I mean, it's important to feel that those 4 cars just came from someone pretty professional. So no discouraging to the industry related. I think there's some tremendous carriers in the industry, but they're, they make sure that, people come into dealerships. If you're a general manager, and some guys, going unnoticed. I mean, you tell your salespeople, your team to always, be aware of people present in the showroom. Make sure no one goes neglected, whether it's a truck carrier, whether it's a customer, whether it's some woman looking for a direction to go to the parts department, or the gentleman looking for the service department. Whatever it is, they need attention. So that's the main thing. So, but in my perspective, if I'm the GM and I'm looking at my floor and I'm looking at the dealership out there, and I like to see everybody in cohesion, even whether even if they're customers or they're people walking through. So if you're a carrier, and my perspective is, and you got to come into the showroom, you got to ask for keys, as professional as possibly can be. That reflects on us. That reflects on Preowned Auto Logistics as the dispatch company, or the logistics company handling that move. So it's important that we have good carriers, and we use carriers that have credibility and lend that advice to the industry, because it's important. You're going into these facilities. You could be walking into a $10 million Lexus store and going to just see the lot attendant to get a set of keys, and if the exchange of conversation for whatever reason may have gone awry, for whatever, whether the car's 3 days late, you have to listen. So every communication element is key. The presence is key. My advice and my perception as a GM or as someone on the showroom floor is the level of professionalism needs to be maintained at every capacity, and that's important. So, I think.
Whoa, sorry. Say that again. Slow down. Say that one more time. The level of professionalism needs to be displayed at every capacity, right? So, the level of professionalism needs to be displayed at every capacity. So I talk like this a lot to new guys that are wanting to get in. I'm like, okay, look, get the tobacco out of your teeth, maybe comb your hair just a little, get some of the grease off your face, just at least do a quick check. You got boogers, you got, where are you at? And when you approach a dealership, I always say this a lot too. I'm like, look where you're going. Do you see anything dirty on that lot? I mean, when we're talking new car stores with used car lots, that's what I talk about. Emulate your customer. Pull in, a truck and trailer gets dirty going down the road. You can't always wash it, but you can look decent. So that level of professionalism, that doesn't just go with appearance, but there is that one important part. Kevin, you probably know what it is. What is it? You only have one chance your first time appearance. How does that go?
Yeah, you only have one time to make a first impression.
There it is. So and then which this can get dicey on both sides, and that's why I love ATI, is because we have this ability to speak directly to the carrier and say, guys, you really need to clean your act up. You really do. Yeah, but and not just. I didn't mean it like that. I was just. No. But I talk like that all the time. I really do.
So I look at it this way: you're an investor, right?
Yes, sir.
Every good job that a carrier does, as a part of our service delivery, they are likely to get more moves. And we believe that, they got to feed their families too. You know what I mean? So, we want to make sure that we execute the same relationship and respect that we have for our customers that we have for our carriers. So we want carriers who want to work with us, and I don't know much about the carrier industry per se, but wouldn't they like to forecast revenue over the next 6 months to a year?
Yep.
And we can help them with that because, again, I had a delivery today. I don't get really in the weeds, but this one I did, and the customer complimented the driver, and I'm gonna make sure he hears that.
Yeah. Well, and I believe it. I saw it. You do. Remember before Friday when I'm there, I started out talking to a carrier that was there picking up a car. Alberto, I believe was his name. Yeah, super happy guy, happy to be there. But anyway, keep going.
I did notice that one carrier ran away from you, like you scared them. Yeah. You know what?
That guy ran. Here comes Ty. Go. Well, I guess what I'm saying is,
were you chasing him down with a plate of ribs?
Huh?
I says, were you chasing him down with a plate of ribs from the food truck or something?
Yeah. Exactly. It chased everybody down. That food truck was great, by the way. Thank you. No, that's kind of the way we try to speak to the carrier base, especially if a guy's saying, I want to own my own business. I mean, there's levels of this that are real important. Now, the one thing I'll talk some really good smack about Preowned Auto Logistics is I really believe when they say they're for the carrier, okay, well, what's the number one thing, Mike? What's the number one thing immediately? If you get a new carrier coming on, what are they going to talk about?
So it's always money first, When they work with us, though, like each order has a carrier agreement. So there's things that they have to follow. We follow up with carriers in tracking. We provide information. So, of course the money's important. They always want more. But our solid core of carriers, it's not all about the money first. It's about, it's kind of what Kevin was saying. Those carriers know what we have posted. They know that we work well. They know that we pay well, so they call us all the time. And we have a lot of carriers that we can reach out to too. So it's that relationship is so key in what we do. And, something else came to mind. I was listening to Anthony and listening to Kevin, and I'm thinking about, the driver in the dealership. Kevin, how many times have we talked about this where it starts with us when we're onboarding a customer? Who has the keys? Where does the driver go? Where does he park? Who's the guy? And that stuff, I can't think of how many times those things have saved us. And you think about a customer who's looking maybe to get things quick and he can't always get it cheap. Well, we can help make it quicker if the driver just goes in, gets the keys, the car's ready, he's out, and not messing around the dealership for an hour. So that starts, let's talk about proactive problem solving. We start when we onboard a customer,
Yeah.
That's huge.
Well, yeah, that is big. Who said that? Sorry, I didn't see.
I did, Anthony.
Oh, hey, Anthony. Okay, there you are. Anthony, were you going to say something, Anthony?
No, I was just going to say it's spot on what Mike's saying. I mean, it's huge. It makes a big difference. And keep in mind, as a customer being the dealership, the customer could be the customer picking up the car on the other end after it's purchased. But however the translation is, like Mike said, and what we've all noticed in a short period of time that I've been here is that how emphatic and the effort that's involved in communicating. And when we don't see the effort in making the communication, it's a major disconnect. And we have to address it constantly if it's not being, we have to be on top of it on a regular basis. And Mike, I can't say, I've worked with I worked with a lot of different people, but I can see a guy that's entrenched in what he does every day. And it's for a reason, it has a huge reflection on his team, his surroundings, and the sales team as well. I mean, Kevin's trained these guys into learning how to put together the spectrum of a dealership, however it's translated. I'll help you with the translation because I'm labeled as a bad guy.
Yeah.
But
Anthony's a sales enforcer.
Yeah. The sales enforcer. Well, there's two things I want to talk about just real quick. I know we're getting ready, we're kind of winding down, but if I'm a carrier and I'm watching this, and when I say carrier, I mean maybe 1 to 5 trucks, I'm starting to wonder where's I live in Missouri. I like you guys. I hear Ty talk about you guys a lot. If I live around here, can you guys help me out? Or if I live in Arizona or wherever I live, or do you guys have man, we could really use a lot of help over here. We could do, or does it matter?
Well, so let me, so we're only as good as service delivery to our customers. And we're we're a pretty assertive sales department. We're not afraid to kind of attract new businesses. And if we find a good carrier, we're going to find a great customer.
But to answer your question, we have orders coming in from all over the United States. So yes, if there's somebody in Missouri and they want work out that way, I'm sure that we could definitely accommodate them. Arizona, definitely. That's so.
As you witnessed, Ty, every morning we have our pod meetings to discuss moves. And it's our objective as the sales department to fill gaps. So if there's gaps in service, and our carriers aren't getting the business that they need, we go and we solicit our services. and I'll apologize for all my competitors out there that I don't know who your accounts are. Okay. I will tell you, we believe that we can be competitive and deliver service, and there's enough business for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, good answer. Okay, so I'm a carrier. I'm watching you guys. I like you guys. Ty seems like he's a little weird, but he says he likes you guys too. So I want to get hooked up with you. I'm sure Jay's been throwing stuff in the live chat, but Friday we started this little game, Mike and I, right? Mike?
Yeah, you can just call us, 978-542-1955. You're going to get a live person who'll sign you up and let you know what we have for shipments.
Say it again, 978. Yeah, thank you, Mike.
978 542-1955.
1955.
You prefer toll free? We have the 877-542-1955.
Or info@palmoves.com.
There you go.
info@palmoves.com. So this is really cool. I mean, and Jay and I had a little talk. I don't remember when I talked to Jay, but it was definitely after my Boston trip. And thanks again, guys. But we were having this conversation about who does that? Who sends their people, somebody to go inside, but then who starts throwing out phone numbers and says, "Yeah, just call. We'll answer the phone." I mean, really, in today's market ecosystem. I don't think I've come across anybody that does that.
Actually, I've been, so I'm pretty obsessed with LinkedIn, okay? And I spent, today I was actively looking for beyond just kind of a movie poster. Can I learn who's in the company? And I had a really hard time. I mean, I had to really kind of research to figure out, and then even then I couldn't figure out what people do, what they sound like, and so that's why I was like, wow, it's time. I typed it up today. It's time to open your doors.
Yeah, well, and I mean, so I've been in the business a long time, and I've hung out with some really cool people and some really not cool people, and I'm just talking about pre-owned right now, but I'm after you've done this enough and you start seeing things, I'm not going to be the prophetic guy that's standing on the mountain with the stick and saying, "Watch what happens next. These guys are going to just blow it out of the water." But if I'm watching this, I'm watching Preowned Auto Logistics, and I'm keeping a close eye on them because they're gonna make some big moves in the industry that I think will help all the community. How do you like that?
Also, this is a forum for us to execute, who we are and what we are, because I will tell you the service delivery is directly proportionate to the people who are providing that service. And as you can see, the level of expertise and commitment along the lines, we're very flat. I mean, there's no hierarchical standard at our organization. We work together and, and I've been in business a long time, and I never liked that. Having, Josh can talk to me or the senior vice president, Jeremy, and just as he can talk to his parents, you know what I mean? We are there, and we stop. We have a Kaizen mentality. We will stop the assembly line if anybody sees the problem.
Kaizen, the Toyota way, Ginchi Genbutsu.
Ginchi Genbutsu, yeah. Well, and again, I got to spend the evening with Dana and his wife Julie, I believe. Is that correct? Okay, yeah, I knew how to Julie. So, but just getting to know these guys on a at home. I'm basically at home and seeing it. I keep talking, but I'm just telling you, if I'm a carrier, I definitely want to get a hold of Mike. If I'm a remarketer, a dealer, I have cars that need transportation, I'm definitely going to get a hold of Anthony and Kevin. You could probably get a hold of anybody. Kerri can definitely take care of your moves. But I'm saying when who said that the very first? It was Mike's. I think it was who said the full logistics provider? Was that Kevin?
Oh yeah, full service logistics provider.
That was Mike. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I've heard it how many times? I'm starting to get it now. Full service. That's a lot.
One interesting thing when Kevin says it's a it's a flat organization. He's really right. I mean, we all talk to each other every day about everything from Dana right down, and if anybody calls anyone, and if a carrier called Jeremy, he would give them to me. If a customer calls and gets me, he's going to Kevin or to Anthony.
This is
if it's a snowbird, it goes right to Kerri. So it's a free and easy organization in that way.
That's what I was just saying, is that based on your fire, you're going to get a certain number of the team members to put out that fire.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're also all cross-trained too. So say like dispatch is slammed and the phones are off the hook, they'll transfer the calls over to us and we'll help out. We all work together. Everybody tries to know a little bit of the piece, even if it's not particularly their job. We all, know what's going on in all the other departments.
Which is why you call it a flat organization instead of a pyramid where you do this and you do this and I'm just going to watch and wait till you report back to me.
Well,
right?
if education's critical, we all have to be adept at being able to, upgrade their perception of our business, because we keep talking about the complexities of our industry, and we keep reminding and reiterating, how difficult it is to move a vehicle in the middle of winter, across the desert from one coast to the next, and we want to make sure that the carriers are protected.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful organization. Dana has an amazing vision for what's up next. He's got an incredible team. I think, I'm going to have to give a little credit to Dana for the culture there that I personally got to experience. I'm going to have to tell everybody that you guys are just amazing, really.
In fact, this is an interesting format. I don't think we've done this before. Dana's not here. So we're doing the show without the captain. And it's gone pretty darn well.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like any leader of an organization, if he can't trust his people to execute his plan, then what kind of organization are we?
Mm.
Very true.
And he prefers not to, he trusts us, to really, manage his vision. And the guy's a true entrepreneur and a visionary. You know what I mean? And sometimes he doesn't reveal the vision until you've proven that you can actually
and a super duper nice guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable how cool he is. And actually, I got to talk to him earlier. I just want to give him applause for Dana Rogers, president of Preowned Auto Logistics. And I think we got a new format here. We're going to start doing shows without the CEO.
That's great.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
So we're gonna do the show without you, Jay?
Yeah, probably.
No.
Ty, you heard him. You heard the man. I gotta go.
And bye. I'll wrap it up, everybody. Good night. Josh, good night.
Yeah, see ya.
No, really, you guys just...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So y'all shared so many kind words towards Brad. I just want to make sure that that's mirrored. We met. I think you shared the story of meeting Kevin down in San Antonio. We all got together at Red Rock at Used Car Week, and it was kind of instant off the bat. Like, all right, I see what these guys are about. I like it. I'm feeling it. I think it's mutual, and we've been hanging out ever since. So I appreciate everything you all do for us. We're huge fans of ATI.
You've only heard Ty's side. This dude with a microphone, comes over to me, with this crazed look in his eye, and I'm saying, what did I get myself into?
And the rest
I never have heard Kevin's
Who's
story.
the little guy on the phone? Jay, who are you?
Yeah, see my buddy Jay?
I don't know which Ty you're the crazy dude with the microphone. I'm the little guy on the phone. I don't.
Well, don't forget the nice things I said just before that was said. So.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Let's focus on all good things. All good things.
Here's what I'm excited for. I'm going to go ahead and throw out some predictions. These guys are going to grow. They're going to keep getting bigger, and they're going to need amazing carriers. And I'm thankful that ATI is a part of it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, here's the thing. This is no joke. I'm going to call you tomorrow, Kevin. I told you I'd call you. I'm calling you tomorrow, but I'm just telling you. I've been thinking all day. I'm so excited to be a part and to talk about sales and talk about how can I help. So, really pumped about this group, and I'm saying that too as I'm saying it. Who I'm talking to is I'm talking to the carrier community, the base, right? These guys. So really excited, guys, that you took the time again tonight. Thank you again for the trip. That was amazing. Love your place and everything about you guys. So that's my final thought.
You.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks very
Anthony.
much, guys. Much appreciated.
Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Bye, Kerri.
Thank you very much, you guys.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Jeremy.
Thank you guys.
Bye, Josh. Peace out.
Bye. Thank you.
Cool, man.
Jay,
Cool.
I'm gonna hang around for
Okay.
just a second.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, we never do this, but I'm gonna.
I know
hang
we
around.
don't. We usually just doing this during the day.
I usually
show.
go.
Yeah,
I gotta
ahead.
go to sleep, Jay.
Yeah,
Good night.
No, you're pumped. You're
Right.
pumped. Yeah.
No, this is they're just. I'm just here. We can
All
back
right.
and forth, or you can say goodbye, whatever you want.
Let's talk
I
for
thought
a
I'd
few
hang
minutes.
around for a minute.
Well, let's hang around for a minute. Is that like, see, because I think we feel like what we're trying to do is we're trying to tell you something. And I didn't even bring up ACV while they were here, but it's interesting to me the ACV thing really shines a light on the darkness that is there. Like, this is why I said you are not alone, right? You can't read it. Whatever. But the thing is that okay, so the carrier that has a gate pass problem and feels like nobody cares, which we get it.
Oh,
we get it.
man.
Because believe us, we have our own gate pass problem.
Yeah.
And it feels the same.
Yeah.
And this ACV thing is going to drag a lot of that stuff out into the sunlight, and it's going to get gnarly. Now, it may just go away. It could. You know what?
Right.
If they say, oh, yeah, you guys are members, here's your license to AutoIMS, okay, come on in before everybody goes crazy. That could happen.
Yeah.
Which is why I want to take this moment to say, man, there's a real darn good reason. You better darn believe there's a darn good reason that this has happened. And it's interesting to me that at the very same time this news has broken, we have met a company that swung their doors wide open and said,
perfect.
come on in.
Come on in.
That's
Check this out.
amazing. Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, it really is. There really is so much going on. So
much.
This ACV thing, I don't want to unpack it, or definitely don't want to speculate live, but look at, just again, go back to War of the Auctions or war, whatever you want to call it. I mean, things are changing. And Jay and I have been saying this for a long time. I'll never forget, like almost day one of COVID, I'm in the transport parking lot and I'm saying, if you're an independent auction, now's your time to really get after it. And I think there was a little push in that. And I think there was some traction, and still is some traction there for that smaller independent auction. And yeah, Ty, but what are you talking? I just, where do I get the load board?
Exactly.
Where do I get the
Exactly. You know what?
dispatcher?
That's the first buzzer tonight.
Talking about this stuff.
And we're trying to implore everybody to think beyond the next load. My gosh, is that the name of a show coming up? Beyond the next load, because you've been so confined to your hamster wheel. It's just the next load, the next load, the next load, and if you're only looking at one load at a time, you'll never see that big picture. And the big picture, we're not saying it's any prettier than the next load, but it's a heck of a lot bigger. Look at where we are 5 years later. Oh my gosh. Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
When you met me, I was like, well, Ty, I just need the next load. I just need the next load. And you're like, dude.
There's a big...
Have you even thought about the dealer?
I'm like, come here. Let me show you something.
You sat me down and we had coffee. We had coffee. It might have been 2017.
Yeah.
And you sat there, you're like, there is a lot more to talk about than dispatching.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, And I thought that's interesting too. We had an illegal dispatcher on the show tonight. Okay, Jay.
Illegal.
We got such a fragmented. This place is so fragmented. I'm surprised we can even see straight.
Right, but that's why I love ATI so much, is because honestly, I mean, we can have the conversation, but it really, and this is, I get excited. You guys know me by now. I mean, I really get excited.
I've been hopped up all day.
Yeah, we got this this community that can talk about these things, and this is where I get like, okay, you just had a broker. I mean, check on Thursday.
We just
Watch
had a
Thursday
broker
show.
talk live for an hour. A broker team. That's unheard of.
Oh,
don't toot your own horn, Jay.
wow!
I will click right off.
But yeah, there goes your thumbs down. Is there a thumbs down? Is there a like?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know what it is anymore.
There goes your like. No more like.
Here comes the TikToks.
But seeing that, I mean, again, it goes back to, where was this when I had trucks? Where was this when I was trying to figure stuff out? Where, you talk to somebody at 2 a.m.
People email us that.
Yeah. Where was this to kind of give me some different things to think about? It's different. Okay, because I mean, this show that you're talking about, do you have a date on that?
Which one? Carriers Unfiltered?
Yeah. What's the date on that?
I know. Well, here's what I'm thinking is that I think we've got, so Tuesday after Labor Day is going to be, it's going to be about hiring drivers. Then maybe
I had a phone call today about that. Yeah. A guy wants to be a driver.
Anybody still listening? No, nobody's here. Okay, so it's just me and you.
It's business meeting.
If anybody's listening, we're going to do a hiring drivers show Tuesday the 6th. Okay? So that's that.
Hiring drivers, Tuesday the 6th.
Carriers Unfiltered, I think, is going to be the 13th.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not a Friday, is it?
No, it's always a Tuesday.
Oh,
Tuesday's
good.
the flagship.
Well, I
Friday.
Heard 13. I mean,
do you know
on,
what?
man.
Stop the presses. Friday, Cars on the Move. Yeah. We've got, and I'm telling somebody right now is like, man, has he had too much Monster? I swear to God.
Coffee.
Ever since, no, it's the ACV article. Ever since I read that article,
wow,
my head has been spinning.
How come? Why?
I'm glad you asked me that.
I know it's going to segue into the light and the dark. And go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Stasovich? Because it's right in line with, you hear me. You hear me. You're the one that has to listen to me like go on and on. And it's right in line with all that stuff that I've been saying. And it's not just me. It's not just me. The thing is, again, the carrier with a gate pass walking around the auction, and they're like, they got a flashlight. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Well, they're not just doing it to the carrier.
Right.
It is going around. And we just saw somebody drop the expensive bomb no one else can drop.
Well, it'll be interesting to see because
freaking amazing.
And thanks for sharing why. Thank you.
Yeah,
I heard the why.
Absolutely. And I also I kept it pretty generic.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's why, again, I go back to, this is why the ATI is a platform to have these kinds of conversations.
You ain't going to hear that on any other, no one else is going to talk about that.
No
large media can mention that. Heck
nobody can. No.
Right now, somebody's on the phone. We can't shut these guys down? Nothing? Holy mackerel. Don't we know somebody at YouTube?
I think they already got that button switched.
Exactly.
No, Katie and I were talking about this in the live chat. I'm not sure if we were doing a dollar bet. My bet was it won't make it to trial court.
I don't think so either. Yeah, agreed.
Which
is why we got to enjoy the moment. Yeah,
right.
But they're going to settle.
What happened?
Get this out of here.
Settle. So
the convention's next week.
What are we settling?
That's amazing. Can you believe that timing?
In AAA next week?
The convention's next week with the list of sponsors. Wow, now that's one heck of a timing. That is a brilliant freaking move.
Well, this is suppressed, right? I don't know who knows this. This isn't just everyday news.
Yeah, no, it's just me and you and the crickets.
Right, and the reason
and Candy's here.
Candy's here. The reason that we get excited about this, we go to these what are those? We go to these conferences. Okay, just so
I
you
guess
know,
there's one less we're going to now.
maybe not,
Maybe.
because here's the thing. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I got a
Sheesh.
feeling that ACV's actually sponsored one of the conferences, whether that be a sponsor,
Okay, see,
whatever.
and that's
I know they've spent a lot of money at
See,
these things.
That's the thing. They've been sponsoring all over the place, and they're like, listen, it's a business.
Yeah.
Why are you all taking it personal?
Right.
That's really a good question.
Well, I've got more questions. The question I've got is, okay, let's talk about this hypothetical. I know I said I wouldn't speculate live. Here we are, speculating live.
Take it away.
What if, hey, sorry, the defendants all get together in the club. They're like, hey, let's have coffee and a beer and
That's happening.
a cigar.
There's
right?
a meeting in the morning. Yeah. It's probably already happened.
What do you guys want to do about this ACV business? Well, I'll tell you what. Find out how much they want in damages. If it's not too crazy, we'll let them in the club and we'll pay them the damages. And maybe do a counter offer.
Do you know why they won't go? You know why this won't go? You think everybody wants to have their deposition taken? No.
No.
That's going to be a no. That's going to be a hard no. That's going to be a hard no.
Okay, so nobody wants to do that. So let's find
Nobody.
out what the damages are and let's let them in the club. Those
Well,
are our two choices, or yes or no.
That's right. That's right. So here's what'll happen.
Those are the two choices we've got.
I am no lawyer, but I've played one on TV, and that ought to count. So, well, no, okay. So, anyways, I know a little bit about lawyering. All right, here's the deal: is that there's going to be different things, movements for summary judgments, and movements to dismiss, and all this stuff. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be motions all over the place. Motion City. All right, but in the end of that, see, exactly, Candy's on fire on this, and Stasovich, it's Cox Family Illuminati. That's funny. I just read the.
Yeah.
Okay, we have now. Can we get the hook?
Flags?
Yeah, we got the flags everywhere. This is dispatching live. So is that? But it's funny. You reap what you sow. Eventually, you do. So the damages is going to only come up probably at trial. So if they settle, I think they can get away with no money. I think if they settle, if they give them the membership, give them the license, then there's then they won't do damages. That's a trial thing. So there won't be money. And really, ACV will probably just take the license, the membership, and then there's some lawyering that needs to happen. I don't know exactly, but you can stop. You don't have to go to trial. In fact, you can settle the night before trial, is my understanding.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So it's just time out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go fast, so
Hey, what's
try
up,
to slow.
Tommy?
Okay.
See, tell me this is more fun than talking about which trailer and hitch and door and come on, right? This is fun.
Well,
This is fun.
time out. Okay. What? Oh man, you got me sidetracked again. Okay. Somehow I got to back up.
Okay.
Back up.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, where is or was Backlot Cars in their agreement with AutoIMS?
Now here's where you got some good lawyering. Exactly. Because if Backlot Cars got the AutoIMS license, you have got a problem.
Well, so here's where it gets tricky.
I
You
don't
got to
know.
look at timelines and dates. Follow this story.
Yeah.
Follow it for a second. Okay. When did Backlot Cars start? I don't know. Okay, fine. Right around here is when they started. We can guess later, but just follow this for
So
a second.
2015-ish on ACV? Or that's before that?
ACV, I think, was later. ACV came on the show like 17. I mean, they were brand spanking new
Yeah,
when they came on the show.
Oh, yeah, I know, but they existed before they came on the show, obviously. I'm going to go with 2015.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Because, I mean, think of day one. That
that's
could have been
ACV.
2014.
Did
Yeah.
Backlot Cars come after ACV or before
Honestly,
ACV?
I'll bet you it's around the same time. Because
Okay.
the whole app thing was 2014, 2015. That's when things really got digitally
Started that's
and
when the war
dealers
started.
Dealers were selling online even way before that. In fact, I think we saw early 2000s on that open lane first digital auction stuff.
Well, they used to call it simulcast.
Right. That
Back in
thing
my
was- that was
day?
like- that was like
That was
Internet
an
Explorer
online auction.
dial-up. I think it
That
was
was-
dial-up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so where I'm going with this is okay, maybe Backlot Cars got the pass because they got consumed by Car, which was ADESA. So maybe that's how they got it.
interesting
But
point.
if you follow your article there, it says that ACV filed for this in 2018. I thought I heard you read that.
I think you're right. I think I did read that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so I don't know when Backlot
Well-
Cars came around. I don't know when Backlot Cars was consumed by Car ADESA, but it is interesting. Did Backlot Cars file in 2018-ish, and did they get it before they were consumed by Car?
Oh, check this. Stasevich says, why doesn't ACV acquire tiny auction for 2 cheeseburgers and just open their own to comply? Here's the problem. This is where it gets really interesting. And by the way, it's a 51-page complaint. So
Wait a
it ain't
minute.
full of a bunch of baloney. All right? I mean, they got... to file this, they got legit complaint. You know that... Can you imagine? You know, this is huge. You think the magnitude of dropping this lawsuit right now? Think of it.
Oh.
People
Yeah.
sat around a boardroom and they were like, are you sure?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there ain't no
Yeah.
going back.
Right.
And you
Well,
got to be
hey,
for darn sure.
This, Stasevich
Stasevich, yeah.
Stasevich makes a great point because as soon as you said that, I looked over and I read it, and I'm like, wait a minute, what did
But-
E-Block just do?
But here's the problem. See, this is the problem. It's not just something they can compete with. This is their damages. They've got clients that use AutoIMS to do business. And they're not allowed to use AutoIMS. And therefore, their clients are like, well, we can't work with you now.
Okay, time out.
So they're
let's
losing
identify.
clients.
Let's identify AutoIMS.
Yes.
Start there. Let's
Auto
identify.
Auction Inventory Management Software. Convoluted, but it's basically, think of driver mobile app. Once a driver uses a driver mobile app and builds their business around it, can you imagine not using it anymore? You
Right,
get
it
a
would
phone
be-
call from your driver mobile app company and says, oh yeah, sorry, no, we're shutting down. Or,
Okay, so-
or worse, we don't really want you to use it anymore.
Well, no, you can't use
Yeah,
our
you can't.
app.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you can't use this app anymore.
No.
Have a great day.
But I really want
In fact,
it, but
don't
I
have
really
a great
need
day. You can't
I
use
really
this
need
app.
it to do business.
Yeah. No, you can't.
No, you can't have
Exactly.
it.
You can't. Yeah, no,
Right.
you can't. Well,
So
I don't.
what Jay's
that doesn't
talking
bother
about,
me at all.
that's putting it in perspective
That
from the
is.
carrier
That
perspective.
carrier would be
right?
like, "What are you talking about?"
Right. So here's where we're at. ACV needs this technology, access to this technology to continue to do business with their customer.
That's right. And they have a lot, and they're growing. They're huge. In fact,
Right.
they're enormous.
Yeah, they're big. And then one of those I thought I heard was Hyundai. Did I hear Hyundai?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't just
Right.
And that's the thing. So what are you going to do? You can't build. You can't possibly hope to build a competing technology overnight, or even in a year or two, to convince your Hyundai customer.
No,
to
no, no,
stick
no, no,
around.
no, 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 no,
Or
no,
can
no,
you?
no, 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 no,
Can
no, no. Why? No more technology. Because why? Because you talk about, I don't want to use the M word, but AutoIMS is in a lot of auctions and has been in a lot of auctions.
Oh,
for a
that's right.
long
Over
time.
3,000 consigners. What's a consigner? A bank, a leasing company, a fleet. That's just one. So if you're talking about Hyundai is one, they have over 3,000 of those. That means they are pervasive as heck. It's like telling people you can't use any Microsoft products anymore. Bye.
Right. Well, what I'm saying though too is I'm saying the auction, the physical auction, has been around a long time. The physical auction has used this AutoIMS technology for a long time. Correct?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
It's embedded.
It's
I mean,
embedded. Yeah,
you-
it's embedded.
Wait, but there's more. I thought there was what's Edge
You
Pipeline?
can't use any
What's
Google
au-
products anymore. You're just not allowed.
Right. Okay. So what I'm saying is ACV has the money. I know they have the money. ACV has the brains to go. We can go build an AutoIMS tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, so Stasovich, I like this. ACV will just have to build an AutoIMS competitor. But is that legal?
Well, it doesn't matter if it's legal or not. I just made the point.
Is it legal?
Go ahead and make it all day long, but how are you going to get it in all the auctions it's already in that are owned by the guys that are saying you can't do that?
I mean, it would be like, what's
Can you hear me?
How about the #1 load board? You're right. Everybody wants a load board. #1 load board. Guess what? No, you can't have it anymore. Don't have a good day. Can't have it anymore. I don't know how you're going to find loads. Well, build another load board. Yeah, but that's where all the loads are. I don't know. See ya.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to take legal action?
Yeah. There's a problem. It's a problem. And
this is a legal problem. This is why we have a civil legal system to take a look at that. And by the way, speaking of Microsoft, sorry, Microsoft, but they had an antitrust lawsuit. Remember what happened?
I don't remember this one.
They lost. I think twice. So
do that again.
Yeah. So hey,
you're out of here.
You're out of here. And so that's the thing. I mean, this is not just this isn't some willy-nilly.
It's really interesting.
This is a legal situation. You can't discriminate. Sorry, I'm using the word to elaborate on the severity of the situation. This sounds like business discrimination.
Yeah.
But that would be speculation live.
Right. Well, anyway, the point is that let's try to maybe.
We got to cut the.
Ooh, boy, we went way off the rails.
We did. Well,
here's watching.
Honestly, yeah, actually, we do have people watching, which is cool.
Oh no!
I know, right?
Oh, really?
Now we're really hosed.
Oh no!
Oh, hey, LinkedIn's going to be a killer tomorrow. Well, I shared the face page an hour and a half before I went live, and I said, biggest news since Carvana. Wow. I mean, you know what, man?
This is big news.
This is big news, and I've kind of had it with the, podcast two-step. Dude,
well, here's another side note.
Another podcast, man.
By the way, okay, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, man.
No, it's not, because Jay, I haven't told you this story. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you the story live, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm at a conference. I won't even tell you which one, but it was recent, and I'm talking to somebody, and they're telling me an amazing story that I had no idea about. None. As they're telling me this story, it has to do with technology in auto world.
Dude, wow.
As I'm hearing the story, I'm hearing some things that are like, what? I didn't know that. There's a problem over there with that too, and a problem over there with that. Point being is there's stuff that's going on that we have zero idea about. This is just something like here, you can go find it. There's behind the scenes, what's going on? Nobody knows, including me.
And that's why.
No idea.
That's why in industry news, part 2, I've learned this. Well, it's my news, but part 2 of industry news is where I really bring out, like, the electric clippers and hook up the human being. Did you see that stuff about Warren Buffett and Kodiak Robotics? This is not news people want to hear. No. And I'm not even sharing it as if there's no purpose other than this is happening.
Pay attention.
And that's what you're saying. Okay. There's stuff going on. I don't even know.
Well, okay, time out. So you got on LinkedIn, I know not everybody's on LinkedIn, but everybody knows Carvana. Everybody's heard of Carvana, right? Well, Carvana's always in trouble.
Yeah.
Right?
That,
did you watch that video?
ASO2 video?
Yeah. What happened on that video?
And it's interesting, too, because I think Sean Welsh at Better Cars, they were both saying, what is his cars better driven? Cars better?
I don't know,
CBD?
something. Yeah. He's
And-
cool. Sean
Okay,
Welsh.
so it was the
Love that guy.
message was, you tell it. You tell it. You shared it.
Well, no, I didn't even. I watched
Oh.
the video and I heard the message, but I didn't pay attention
it's-
because I. No, because
Okay, I
they're
think
in
he
trouble
said
again.
Carvana. Carvana isn't making the money and sales volume that they need to. Is that what it was? Oh, no.
he got
Oh, it's
article
even
out of
better.
Forbes.
They're not more affordable than the dealer. That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
So here's the problem. Because doesn't the little Super Bowl, the video says, come to us, you're going to save money. You're going to save time, you're going to save money, and you're going to be jumping around.
Life's going to be so much better.
The video said that's not true. According to research, that's not even true. Happy, we can't justify, but it isn't even cheaper. It's not even a better deal.
Right. So
nuts.
Right. So where I'm going with this is we're having this conversation. This is dealers. These are car dealers that are spotlighting Carvana. Whether that's a good spotlight or a bad, we're shining some light on
The
Carvana.
dealers will not stop spotlighting Carvana.
They talk about. So I follow a lot of car dealers, right? Because I love the car dealer. Yeah, love the dealer. So I'm following these guys. There's big names in this deal.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
names.
Oh, my God.
Brian Kramer's in there.
The
Everybody's
dealer
so-
vertical is full of celebrities.
You go straight
Nonstop.
to the comments. That's where I go.
Yeah.
And I heard the video, watched the video, couldn't even tell you what it said now. But as I'm going through here, I'm like, nobody is talking about their transportation. Nobody is.
They never
do. To the transportation. What are you guys? You need to watch. I know you're all cranked out and tweaked up about how they're selling cars, bad or
Sales,
good. Fine. But
BDC,
are you paying attention to this?
Texting.
Okay. The dealer, what does the dealer do all the time? They want profit centers.
Sales.
Right? Profit centers. What's the service department? What's the F&I? Right? Where's the dealership's transportation department?
It's not that it's not important, but sales and money are not everything in the transaction.
I'm just telling you.
It's
So
the
in
sexy
this
part, I know
comment, back to the ATI and the platform, here's the thing. Things are changing. And one thing that Jay just said, what did you call that? Warren Buffett, Kodiak.
Kodiak Robotics?
Okay.
Oh.
Things are changing. We're here to show you. Pay attention.
Well, that's the thing. Exactly. So the purpose of talking about Kodiak Robotics and the purpose of talking about ACV and everything else is that once you're armed with the information of reality as it's happening, you can make better business decisions. Because if you keep living like it's the 80s, you are in trouble.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm not saying ACV can't make it without AutoIMS, but is that going to impact how many cars they sell?
Well, so
Maybe?
this is interesting. Now, just like Stasovich is talking about, so and Big Mac,
he's got.
Love it, dude. Carriers Unfiltered, Stasovich.
Stasovich, we need him on the 13th.
We really do. We need all the carriers amped up.
Yeah.
And I say, listen. What I mean is, listen, we talk about. You know how hard it is to get a carrier to actually show up live on the show? It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because I know on Facebook, everything gets lit up. But I know people are busy and all that, and I give that. But it's hard to get even two just to come on. So Carriers Unfiltered, we want carriers to come on Tuesday night and just take the microphone and talk. Just take it. You talk.
Yeah.
Tell us. Instead of me and Ty spouting off.
Right, but here's where I was going with that. So, okay, let's pretend again. Why you guys please shut up? But if let's say if they don't have this, are they going to sell less cars? I don't know the answer to that.
Okay,
right?
so what I was going to say is
based on this, what you read today, they will sell less.
Theoretically, they're gonna put together. They've already, I bet you, speculating live, they've already put together evidence that they're losing sales because of their inability to get access to AutoIMS. AutoIMS, which they've gone through. They've exhausted. I'm sure that name. I bet you that word's in the complaint.
Ooh.
They've exhausted all channels to get this
Avenues,
resolved.
channels. Yeah.
And they have been left with no other course than to file a lawsuit to stop the illegal practices of keeping them out of the marketplace.
Right.
That
so,
is, in fact, civil litigation.
okay.
Yeah.
Why is that important to me in my one truck and my 3-4-car trailer?
Okay, because if you love your relationship with that company and you've been moving a lot of loads, it's going to go down. And
There's a good chance. We don't know that.
There's a good chance. That's right. Speculating live.
We're just saying that if they've been wanting this and they haven't got it, and they can say, here's this has cost us money, counts, cars, however you want to say it, and you're the guy who's watched ATI when they came on 2, 3, 4
That's
years
right.
ago, however long it's been.
You got
and you're like,
signed up.
sign me up.
Love
Pat.
it. Right?
And there are people in this audience, in this channel, in this community that did sign up and do business with ACV.
By the way, Silver Mint, I'd like to see an autonomous truck in the hills of PA when the snow hits. That'll be fun to watch. I agree with you, especially if it runs on batteries.
There you go.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
this isn't going to work everywhere all the time for everybody. I'm not saying that. But I am saying if you like driving, you may end up finding more work in the hills of PA when the snow hits. Okay, there we go.
There you go. Good.
Okay. So, all right, that's enough of that. Okay, so ACV, and they can also, because they've been a sponsor and put money around and everything, they can probably prove that they've tried to show good faith in the automotive industry.
Oh, man.
And it's bad faith to keep them out.
Whoa.
They've been smart. That's why.
Dude, the NADA?
To throw this down right now,
oh.
how long
ouch.
have they known that they've been building up to this? Smart.
Man.
Smart. And by the way, if they're that smart, they might already be working on their own technology, but that doesn't stop the filing of this legal action.
No, but their technology thing just doesn't jive with me. Why I don't see another. I can name 3: AutoIMS, Edge Pipeline.
Is Edge the same thing though?
There's an IAS or IMS something. AMS Auction Manager. AMS.
You're right. So AMS, yeah. Edge Pipeline, and AutoIMS. Yeah, but
there's one more.
I think you're right too.
Whatever it is.
Well, that's the problem.
Why would I spend any more money to spend a dime on another technology that already exists, and I'm going to have to hire a whole sales team to go out and try to overtake every physical auction?
You're a carrier, and now you've got to build your own app because the big one won't let you in. How do you feel about that? Right?
I think they'll keep doing what they're doing, but see, here's what I don't understand. Why would a Hyundai, whether it's used or Hyundai's buying their own auctions, dude?
Well,
you know that.
There's a lot of things changing. But again, and this is where, you know what? You're actually making a good argument for the NAAA defendant. They can say, hey, man. Like the dude,
hey,
you know, hey, man. That's awesome. You know what's so funny about that? Because we know the NAAA, and they don't have the dude anywhere in there.
The dude.
But they may.
At the auction.
They may.
I don't know. I guess my point would be it's for them. What did they say? ServNet?
Carshipio Stan is here. What is going on? Stan from Carshipio, man. Cool.
Man, I haven't seen Stan.
I love it. I love it when, and Candy called him a lurker. I love it when a lurker says
pops
hello.
out of the.
It's so cool.
Pops out of the dark.
We appreciate you, even if you never say anything. Even if you hit, you know what? Even if you hit the thumbs down button on accident,
we still are happy.
We still love you.
Absolutely.
Even if you're the dude.
Well, I guess
not
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
Carpet, man.
Not on the carpet. This all this stuff we're talking about actually will touch you in one way or another.
And
it really, really will.
And I'm ashamed that I don't know the AutoIMS Edge Pipeline AMS thing. I want to.
I've got a list. I'll holler at you with that.
And you know what the problem? This is one of the things that gets me excited about this news is that I'm tired of having to work so hard to learn anything new. I'm sick
Yeah, me
of it.
too. Keep
Golly.
talking for a second. I think I got my notebook here.
Why is it so dang hard to get some of this information? Do you guys know, camera one, you guys know how hard it is to get into some of these trade shows? Holy cow. Man, why is it so hard to get a hold of new information? I mean, I don't understand. But I don't want to bore you with semantics.
Well,
Where's
we're
my
going to...
pipe?
Yes, well, sometimes people don't like to hear stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Well, and that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
AutoIMS, Auction Edge, which I think Auction Edge is Pipeline. I know I've heard Pipeline. I don't know
Well,
which one it is.
Auction Edge and Edge Pipeline, I think, are different sides of the same coin.
ServNet.
So ServNet is a named defendant and auction group.
Well,
know.
there's AMS. Okay, watch. AMS, AutoIMS, Auction Edge. I'm almost sure ServNet's one of them. And then there's an IAS. I don't know. Insurance, Auto.
Independent Auction Services.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Independent Auction Services.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, but
So
do they
there
have
is plenty out there.
They have competing technologies. But
Hey,
again,
dude,
okay,
you know
but
who
again,
we should have?
this
No,
is- what?
dude, Jim Dimitri, my buddy, my attorney
Dimitri.
that was at the
Dimitri?
yeah, the guy that was at the IARA, the attorney.
NIADA. Oh,
IARA. Wait. Where did I just go in Nashville?
IARA.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Jim Dimitri.
Jim. We got to talk to him.
I'll call him. I got his
again,
card.
This is the okay. So you know what?
Holy cow!
But
Make a
this
note.
is okay. Jim
Go ahead.
Dimitri. Do you
Yeah.
know that this is the analogy, and the analogy is for everybody to understand the level of impact of this AutoIMS ACV complaint is if you were all locked out of the #1 load board, or rather, if just you and a couple other guys were locked out of the #1 load board, what would you think? What would you think? What the? I can't get in at all. Like,
Well, do you know how many guys would be out of business in under 24 hours?
Okay, and
No
what
joke.
would you
Think
consider?
about that.
What would you consider if you had all the money in the world? What would you consider as your remedy? It's called the court of
Yeah.
law. That's what
Yeah.
you would do. You'd want to take them to court. That's what we're talking about. You can't
Well-
be locked out of the #1 technology willy-nilly. And here's what the argument. The defendant's going to say, it ain't willy-nilly. In fact, that's part of it. They don't have a physical auction. Well, here's a question, everybody. How does that matter a hill of beans?
I don't think it mattered whenever everybody came out saying we're happy to shut the doors when COVID came around. Like they were tipped off a little bit.
And
like
I'll tell
they
you
knew
what,
about it. Yeah,
I'm
we're
going to
so
say this.
happy.
I saw a TikTok earlier today that made me
Yeah.
think about this. This lady was saying she knows this bar in Houston that raises the price on certain drinks at night. Just a few. A few drinks that are popular by one certain group. Smells like...
It was like money.
Well, that's the nice answer. That's the nice answer.
I'm friendly. Well, listen, I think I'm happy that we have a lot to talk
Well,
about. We always do.
I like that we did this because honestly,
Yeah.
I
it's good.
smell a new show.
Dude, we got to get Jim on here. I'll call Jim tomorrow. I really
You
will.
call Jim because I smell a show, and ATI is probably the only channel that would do this show.
I wonder if Jim can talk. That'd be great.
That's the thing. Exactly. We're gonna call
Who
it
can
Nobody
talk and
Can
who
Talk.
can't?
Duct taped to a chair with.
Hey, can you talk
Jay.
about this? Click.
Yeah, exactly. We already
Can
know
we
a
talk
bunch
about
of
the
people.
no click?
See, and that's another thing. We already know a bunch of people that can't talk.
No.
Think of how many
Yeah.
people now can't talk. Holy mackerel! Everybody's
I
going to
wonder
be walking around in Dallas next week going,
Well, that was a great conference, everybody.
That was really fun.
Yeah,
And
here's
up
your
next,
award. Bye.
up next we got duct tape to a chair for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
This is crazy. We're still live. Oh my God.
Right.
We gotta go, man.
You
That was
wrap it
fun.
up. Thanks,
yeah.
Jay.
All right. Thanks,
Great
man.
show.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Peace, buddy. Oh my gosh. That is too crazy. I'm just gonna wrap this up before they come and get me. I want to thank, first of all, I really want to thank Preowned Auto Logistics and the whole team. It was amazing having the team on tonight. We had Jeremy Louisos, Mike Marshall, Josh Tassinari, Kevin Lombardi, Kerri Harris, Anthony DelVento. Thank you all so much for opening the doors and saying hello on ATI. Really, really appreciate that. I want to thank everybody in the live chat. I can't name everybody, but I thank everybody in the live chat. Especially, thank you for those super chats. Mark and Candy. And, gosh, I can't even scroll all the way back, so I can't even see them all. Let's see if I can click on... Nope, that ain't going to work either. Well, thanks very much, YouTube. Well, thank you, YouTube. Actually, I do appreciate you. Keep, for keeping me... Oh, I just got unplugged? Well, darn it. Well, thanks anyway, YouTube. Listen, I want to thank everybody, of course, over at Location Services, Superflow Systems, Murphy Auto Transport, Rapid Recon, and again, Preowned Auto Logistics. Really appreciate your help and support at this channel. And anybody that's willing to stick around this late, thank you so very much, because you make this channel worth it. And I hope that we really hope we're helping. This isn't just needless whatever. This is impacting your business. It may not be tomorrow, but it will happen, and you're going to want to know why, right? And I'll tell you what, honestly, again, today's news opened my eyes to why a lot of things are the way they are. Okay. Got it. Good. Deal. Appreciate that. Listen, join us tomorrow. We got a full week. We got live care advice tomorrow with DOT, live Q&A with Brian Riker, noon Central Time. Thursday, dispatching live, 90 minutes of new or old search. And Friday, we're going to get those cars moved, but we're probably going to open up the can again. We got Tim Scatalis and Paul Machine, and it's going to be fun. Live in the transport parking lot with real talk, with real people. This is Real Automotive. This is the real channel. It's ATI. It's the Car Shipping Business channel. My name is Jay. Thank you so much. Here comes the car hauler. Have a good night. Please join us again soon. Peace out. Thank you.